Wavy thing. Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 104. After a couple of weeks off, I am back, and I'm fired up because we have a lot of fun stuff to do tonight. Welcome. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. We show you what challenges we're facing. We show you a glimpse of what's to come. And in this case, the whole episode, except for like 30 minutes up front, is all about our upcoming Kickstarter, Cities Untold. We're going to show you a bunch of the latest and greatest new pieces and whatnot. So welcome aboard. Let's have fun. And I'm going to gesticulate around with a pair of pliers because I
You forgot your dagger?
Yeah. It just wasn't ready to go back live. But here we are. So Chris,
Hey.
what's going on tonight? What do we got?
What is going on tonight? Well, as you said, we're going to be showing you a lot of stuff from our Kickstarter. If you're on our mailing list, we sent out some previews of the stuff we're going to be looking at today, and you can also see it on the table here. But if you want higher res previews of what we're going to be looking at today, check your inbox if you're on our mailing list. If not, get on our mailing list. The last Wednesday of every month, we send out basically like, here's the new pieces we've made for this Kickstarter this month and all that jazz. Although we are still keeping some secrets for the campaign.
Well, it basically means the morning of the last Wednesday of the month, we have to scramble around and see if there's anything we can take a picture of.
Because usually, that was the thing, like literally like today, it's like I wrote it yesterday and then it was like, okay, we don't have pictures of anything. We need to, it's literally Hamster painted that stuff this afternoon.
Which we documented. And put in.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're always just flying by the seat of our pants here. But yeah, and outside of that, and halfway through, around the 8 o'clock mark Eastern time, about an hour in, essentially, it's a 2-hour show. We'll be doing a giveaway for a $50 Dwarven Forge web store gift card.
50 smackaroos.
Yeah, and because it's digital, we're doing it internationally. Doesn't matter where you live, you can win it. And yeah, I think outside of that.
What happens if we forget to do it, Chris? I guess it'll just...
They'll remind us.
See. I mean,
they'll remind us.
Because we're not really fond of giving stuff away on this show.
Yeah.
It's one of our weaknesses. We have only 1 or 2 weaknesses, and that's one of them.
By the way, Merc, I told him that your Spelljammer game was
I was
canceled.
saving that for the news. But okay.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. We'll save it for the news. Speaking of which...
Okay. Wait, we didn't talk about... You gotta be... You go, wow, on news.
What's up? Oh, yeah, we're taking that back. What else is... What?
Do we have any new people here tonight? Do we have any new...
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Hello to people.
Hi.
Hey, there's other rules. Just be nice. Be cool in the comments, right? We want to engage with you. Ask us your questions. Get involved in the chat. Be there, or just hang out and lurk. They're always, but be nice. Be respectful, folks, because they're all a bunch of. We have a wonderful, wonderful community out here, and we want to keep it that way. Out here, in here, out there, everywhere.
Somewhere out
Somewhere.
there.
Underneath the big blue sky? What is it? Underneath the starry sky?
Pale moonlight, right?
No, that's the cats.
That's cats? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Memories. Anyway.
Is it?
Yeah. Somewhere out
Somebody
there.
in chat's going to crucify us. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have beans tonight, too.
We have a lot of them.
We're going to get wild. We're going to show some clay.
We're
going to show some new castings. We're going to just...
Yeah.
The wheels are coming off the bus in a good way.
Ton of beans. We've produced a lot this month. Ton of beans. This is the gassiest we've ever been.
All right. It's facts.
You ready for the news?
Yeah, let's go into the news. What's the news?
Yeah.
All right, what's in the news, Chris?
This just in.
Wait, what did you do for the news when I guess you gave there some news.
I terrified Gabe and Elise.
Ha!
They had no idea what was coming because they've never watched the stream. Michelle chimed in. It's pale blue sky.
Pale blue sky.
Beneath the pale blue sky. So it was literally a combination of the things we were thinking. Yeah.
Pale moonlight.
Someone's thinking of me.
Yeah.
And loving me tonight.
So,
yeah,
what do we have in the news?
Hey. All right, so first off, we got in a couple questions about this. I realized we've never said it on air, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it here. We are going to be at PAX Unplugged this year. We're still working out exactly how many of us and who are going and like the size of the presents. It's weird because it's like a month.
You, Tyler, Mace, or some combination thereof, or less.
That's what we're looking at for
or
the core.
you and Mace, or you and Tyler, or Mace and Tyler.
Yeah, the main thing is like it's like a month before the Kickstarter, so really good idea for us to go to advertise it.
But we don't want to go.
But also, we got a lot to do at that point in time. So yeah, but we are gonna be there. The nice thing is it's fairly close to us, so it's not like Gen Con where we've got to like fly everybody out and like
Hop,
do a
skip,
bunch
and
of
a jump.
yeah. So yeah, we will be at PAX Unplugged. If you're gonna be there, we're gonna have like reliquaries and some of the city stuff to show off is like what we're trying to do. So hopefully we can work both of that out, and it might be the first chance to actually see some of these prototypes in person. Well, no, you could see them at Gen Con.
You get in a time machine, go back to Gen Con, check them out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that's December 1st, 2nd, something like that.
It's like it's very early December.
First weekend in
might
December.
Be the 4th. Yeah, it's like the first week of December. PAX Unplugged, great convention. One of my favorites.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited to go back.
All the PAX they're all great.
Me and Ray and Tyler and Toby went last year just for fun, and it was one of my favorite conventions I've ever been to.
Good vibes.
Other stuff going on. Hey, shipping. Reliquaries and the reserve release are both shipping.
Woo!
Right now. They're flying through as much as possible, but genuinely between all the Reliquaries Kickstarter orders and then the reserve release orders, the warehouse had like well over 1,000 things to ship.
Oh, definitely.
So way more than that because we had
how many reliquaries back?
We had like around 1,800. Oh, I think it was like 1816 or something because I made a joke about. Was it literally 1812? It might have been 1812.
So you fired off some cannons and
a
big. Yeah.
Because I made a joke.
Most ways it's shipping. Yeah. I heard Finley's getting. They're getting theirs this Monday or something.
Yeah, Finley said he was getting his. He's overseas, so.
Yeah, so it's moving. It's moving slowly, but it is moving. And I think Jay said he thought that they were going to have everything in the warehouse system by the end of this month. It might not all go out by then, but yeah, it's cooking along. And we'll have an update out by Monday that gives you all the details. But it's moving.
Yeah, they're flying through it. Let's see. Oh yeah, and so in that oh no, we decided to talk about that later. Never mind. Cool. We've got 2 Kickstarters we wanted to highlight.
Not one, but 2.
2.
Double.
2 starters. one that's just begun and one that is finishing. First off, our friends at Underground Oracle are in the final 48 hours of their supplement for 5e that is horror themed, and it's like a big expansion. It's got a lot of subclasses and items and stuff, and they do like flavor and world building supplements really, really well. They wrote one of the Wildlands adventures.
Yes.
And they just have a very, very good voice for fleshing out worlds, and I like it a lot.
And it's a really modest ask, right? They were asking for $1,000, and
they're super clearly funded. They're flying through stretch goals.
Yep.
And
it's like a husband and wife team, right? It's
literally husband and wife. Yeah.
Tiny team, so your money's going to support a good thing, and
yes,
they're at like what, $10,000 or something.
Yeah.
It's cool to check out.
Phenomenal, like great writers, creatives. If you like horror stuff, check that out. The other big thing, the Tremendous Tome of Epic Dungeons. They just relaunched their campaign.
Yeah, they launched like 9 months ago or something, and it didn't go well, so they canceled it. They've retooled. They've gone back. They reached out to a bunch of people in this community. They were talking to NPC Charles, and I don't know who else. They're gonna have. It's gonna be a really cool coffee table book.
They were going to fund, but they were looking at. They're like, we can do this better, and so they took it down because they actually wanted to rework what they were doing. I think.
Yeah.
And so if you're one of the people who has said you wish you had like a coffee table book with Dwarven Forge builds, this is literally that. There's other stuff in there as well, but we're gonna be submitting some images for it. Some other like NPC Charles is also submitting some images for it. It's going to be a nice coffee table book of tabletop builds.
Yeah,
it'll be some good stuff.
Check it out. And they're at like what, 75% funded or something, 80% funded. They're getting close.
They're like 83 or something. They're going to fund for sure.
So put them over.
They're like 2.5. They're like 2.5K away from their goal of 20K. So they're real close. And the last thing we've got for news is actually going to be a bit of a longer thing.
Well, no, we have the breaking news.
Letitia's here. Letitia's here. She called it a coffee table tabletop book.
Coffee table tabletop.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah.
So we had breaking news that just came in. Merck's Spelljammer game was canceled. I heard canceled permanently. That's what our sources are saying. They said all Spelljammer's been canceled forever. Good riddance. That's what our reporter in the field said. Does that line up with what you're hearing, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, whatever bit you want to do.
I cheered
right
when.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say was like when I told him that before the stream started, he cheered.
Yeah.
So
So sorry that scheduling, the bane of D&D everywhere, has struck Merck, but it was probably really for the best. It saved you a painful time through clown space and whatever.
If you're new here or been here the last couple of weeks, there's a running gag that Nate just really irrationally hates Spelljammer for some reason.
Oh, it's rational.
It's not rational.
It's
not rational. All right.
I just don't want flying shark clowns. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of Letitia. Yeah.
Speaking of Letitia.
Actually, she didn't do this art, did she? But it's art-based. So, do you have something else before we do this?
Hey, you guys like terrain trays?
Woo!
So do we, but we thought maybe...
And one for you.
Woo! We thought maybe we could do them better. So we've been working through the last couple months, doing kind of a big, holistic overview of our terrain tray offerings because we started doing them like Dungeon of Doom. No, we started doing them before that. No, right?
Dungeon of Doom was Dungeon of Doom.
Yes, right, we didn't have them. I always think that the bottomless pit came with castles because it works so well with the cliffs and stuff. But no, you're right. Start with Dungeon of Doom. And we've kind of iterated on it a bit, and so there's a bunch of we have all this art and trays that haven't been maybe weren't being utilized as well as they could. So we've been doing a big overview and reorder to kind of revitalize the line, so we can have a big, just a nice robust collection of various terrain trays at all times. And so we just got the samples back for the first wave of this. Let me go. Yeah, let's go to the sniper cam for this actually.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Stop it down. Stop it down. Oh, can't stop. Hey. So we got our new and improved forest one. So one side is the forest clearing, and the other side is the patchy ground. This should tile pretty nicely and gives you the best of forest. So this was the original from the original Red Hell Forest, and this is from Wildlands. We've merged them into one ultimate forest terrain tray. All right, we have, this one's not new. I don't know why it's in here. The Packed Earth Mountain one.
I think probably just because it's included in the first order, so they're like, oh, they wanted one of everything we're ordering, right?
All right, here's a new, all right, this is our new neutral stone.
Is it textured? These aren't textured.
No, they're neoprene steel. This is our new neutral stone, it's a real plain stone you can use for any sort of building and the like. Woo! These are fun. And then backside, what is this? It's back, necrotic sludge from Van Gogh's Darkest Dreams. Right, it kind of has the Starry Night vibes.
Yeah. Why the new tray? Some of them we wanted to update the art. Some of them, well, we'll talk about it once we show all of them, actually.
So this is exciting. We're getting this back, necrotic sludge. It's one of my favorites because it's purple. So yeah. Stone sludge. It's going to be a hot ticket. All right. Then we got. Oh, this is so damn exciting. Okay, so we got my notes here. This may be familiar to folks. Anybody out there ever seen the magma river? We got these. Were originated in Hellscape. Oh, look at these beautiful things. Okay. So we've seen these out there.
You're getting all that plastic right into the lava.
Let's go. I love to do all this ASMR. So this is a straight.
ASMR artist?
Something. ASMR hole. So this is the same old lava river that everybody loves, which looks particularly good if you throw some banks over it, but also just in general, just really dynamic river. And you can make it straights and curves. So we did such a wonderful job on, if I do say so myself, in Wildlands with our Raging River. Right, we actually took the same concept with this for the Raging River.
Well, after somebody caught us on it and pointed it out, and we were like, oh yeah, we could actually
We could do
swap
better.
these around. Yeah.
So, so those were a family, right? Those had on one side had the straight and the curve, and the other side had a river mouth or the sort of the spill out into the open lake and the big open lake. So we said, hey, let's do the same thing for magma. So we have new lava. What is it? Open lava magma pool, that's what we called it. And then this is the magma mouth, where it feeds out of the river into the pool. So this, you can put these together, and then see now you have a whole family, right? So this is, so you can feed your you feed your lava river into, you go from river into magma pool, and then you got a whole nice big open magma. It should be our hot new lava. It's pretty exciting. Very, 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 very excited for this. We've been sitting on this for a while. We just said, I don't know how it hadn't gotten pushed through, but here we are. So I'm just gonna tile this way, and it should look killer. So these will be 2023 at some point. We'll get these. We're ordering them now.
Yeah, it should be fairly early next year.
Yeah.
We don't have the exact timeline
Heat
yet,
up
but
the
like
winter.
the order is going in. They're going to be producing it. Should be early next
Yeah,
year.
these were the samples so before they go into production.
Yes. Question: when will these be? Oh, yeah, same size as older trays. Yes, these are going to be
true 12 by 12.
Yeah, because we're trying to sell out and get rid of all. Are we completely out of all the oversized ones now? Because we were trying to get rid of them because we wanted to just have that uniform 12 by 12 size.
Yeah, everything 12 by 12, true 12 by 12, and we're going to kind of work through the 12 by 12s, and then we'll look at some other sizes potentially.
Yeah, and so this is the first wave of it. There's some more like hazard ones. Oh, all right. So the reason why we're doing this, some of it is we wanted to update the art. We thought like the art could be better.
Yep.
And another part of it is also wanting to optimize where the art is better.
Yeah, and make sure the stuff is accessible such we can kind of have a good stable of trays that we can kind of keep full, that gives you kind of all the greatest hits you need, and narrow down. We've got 7 different water options that maybe we don't need 7 of, and whatever. Try to narrow down to like a good selection that we can keep in stock that gives you all your greatest hits, and update some of the art to be better. Like these new right, this and the way we approach the river with the Raging River, I thought was really good. So we're doing the same thing here, where there's a curve on one side, the magma mouth on the other side. This one's straight and open magma. So together, if you have you get 2 of each of these, you have like a really nice family to do whatever you want.
And no grids are planned for
No,
these.
grids have died. R.I.P. It was too hard to get them all precise enough. So no more grids, except in the texture mats. Those ones we can control.
Yeah.
But it was just we weren't getting the results we wanted.
And we are also working on how to get the other art back in as well. Oh, do you want to talk about the rough stone change, the neutral stone?
Yeah.
Yes, somebody asked that. It's different than the rough stone that we used in the past.
Smaller scale, super neutral, looks a little flatter. And the idea is it's supposed to feel like, well, a couple of things. One, it's supposed to feel like that beautiful sort of negative space fill. When you hand draw a dungeon, right, and you want to do the negative fill in between to kind of outline the thing, it's supposed to feel kind of like that, right? So this is ideal for building on if you want to expose it. It's just a real subtle, better version. The very first rough stone that we had, the old one, was really chunky and old. It was the absolute first piece of art on this stuff. So this is much more to the scale of our pieces, feels a little more subtle, more real, more a good neutral. But also, you could use this as a dried riverbed or build on it. It looks like something you could actually build on also, so it's textural. So kind of excited. It's like the perfect boring stone, right? It's supposed to not. No, that's what it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be as unobtrusive as possible.
Yeah, the old stone was very hard to use in a build because the stones are so huge.
Yeah, it just didn't look great, right? It was our first pass. We've learned a lot and whatever. So this is, I'm excited for this. So we will see.
Will there be a gridless option for the texture mats? Did we
think
decide to keep both?
I think so.
Yeah, I think the mats are the one where we're keeping both grids and gridless because it was the only thing the factory was actually able to produce the grid on well.
I didn't realize. In retrospect, I wish I had ordered more. I have 4 of the Dismal Quagmire texture mats, and apparently it's not enough. I'm doing a pretty big build at home right now with the Troll City of Gluckmer, which is bonkers. I need 6 of them.
I hope the Gibbering Mouther terrain tray returns soon. We do want to bring the other ones back. We're working on like how do we lay these out in a way that's sensible.
Yeah.
And which of these art do we actually want to keep? Which ones do we want to update? Stuff like that. So we are working on the rest of those terrain trays.
It's similar to reconfiguring, right, the core sets. We've got these dungeon core sets that are queued up that will get out mid next year. We're reconfiguring the terrain trays. We're little by little, we're chipping through the catalog and trying to like streamline things, improve things, and have a good solid base core offering that we can always kind of keep in stock, and then spice up as we do things like Kickstarters and whatever.
Which one do you think is the most versatile? The most versatile terrain trays are probably the mountain or forest ones.
Forest.
Yeah.
You use all the time.
Yeah.
But the coolest is this pair. Water. Water is the one I use all the time.
Oh yeah. Water is
like that's the most. Water and water and forest are the ones that I use relentlessly. Especially water, because it turns out you just put water everywhere.
Yeah, I forgot about water, but it's, yeah. There is a lot of water in life. Turns out.
Yeah, like
let's see.
at least like 4% of life is water.
People
right?
are wondering if we're going to be able to get a matte grid overlay then, instead of that shiny, glossy one that we've made in the past.
Don't know. It's a good question.
If we're definitely not doing
there's
grids
a
again,
better
we
way
should.
to approach the grid. I don't know what the answer is yet, but yeah,
I wish we
should
could
think
just
about it.
get the factory to figure out.
I wish they could just get them precise and have them on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
These are good questions. That's
that's
what we're here for. We like these good questions.
scanning real quick to see if there's anything else. Large order amount and a higher reserve amount, so they stay more in stock. I mean, we're probably going to be getting a lot of each in this initial stock,
Yes,
and then
I
we'll
hope
use
so.
that to try and gauge like how quickly they're moving. But the goal is to always have them in stock.
Yes.
Like terrain trays are a very good entry level thing, and they're also like a
That's
thing people want to
awesome.
buy in multiples a lot. So they're like core sets. We want to make sure we always have them in stock. That is the plan with them. So yeah.
All right.
Is there a reason why neoprene is better than, say, mats by Mars around metal? I don't know anything about it. Why do we use neoprene? Just like how it feels.
Yeah, it has a nice friction to it. I don't love the vinyl, like the Mats by Mars vinyl. I don't love as much. There's something nice about the cloth. We can also print it easily. We have good control on it. Obviously not for doing grids, but mostly it just felt really nice, and it was just pleasing to the touch. They're just, I don't know.
Alright.
They're really.
We don't currently.
And we could get really good crisp graphics.
We don't currently have any battle boards outside of the Kickstarter in development. We're just working on the ones for the Kickstarter right now.
But we have some new ones coming for the Kickstarter.
Yes.
Like 12 by 12 texture.
We have new
Yeah.
terrain trays, battle boards, and mats for
Yes,
the new
it's
Kickstarter.
going to be lively.
Yeah. Everybody's freaking out about the plant facades. So do you want to move into cities?
Yeah, that's enough for the news. News over. All right, so how's Merc holding up with his he knows we love him, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think. Oh, so what about a lava lake mat? Actually, was the last thing Mike said.
Yes.
We should do that.
That's a great idea.
That'd be a good- that'd be a-
texture mat.
That'd be a good straight to store thing
Yes. Whose idea was that? Let's send him
too. That's
a free
Merc.
copy.
That's why I
Oh,
thought
okay.
I was looking for like what's the last thing Merc said here, and it was that, and I
Oh
completely
yeah,
missed
Merc,
it.
you're a genius.
Yeah.
Don't waste. Don't rot your brain out in outer space with the.
No new ones outside of the Kickstarter. We're just talking about like battle boards there. The terrain trays we're doing like a big reconfig like thing
Yep.
on because we have like such a big backlog of them.
But
Battle boards we just made for the first time in Wildlands.
We have new battle boards coming in cities, and we'll figure it out beyond that.
Yeah.
I really can't wait for the textured battle boards. So we got good stuff cooking. All right. So.
We should throw some lava mats in the pipeline.
Oh, dude, right? Send that to me on Slack right now. So I don't
Yeah,
forget.
we should get that going.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's killer. A big lava lake.
We could put the water
with the
texture
texture on
with
it.
the water
It'll
texture
look
on it.
sick. Oh, it'll look great.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. No, I put you can put the texture overlay on these, and it's like, yeah.
Alright.
I need it now. I need it last year. We're putting it in cities. I don't care. The city of lava, the city of brass. Here we go. All right, cities. Cities Untold. Our next Kickstarter launching January 15th, 2023 at high noon Eastern Time, super high noon, the best kind of noon. We are going back into the city. It's been like 4, 5, 6 years, 100 years since we've been in the city. We're going back in, bigger, better, crazier than before. In fact, probably too big and better. We'll get to that in a moment.
It's actually concerning, yeah.
The scope is a problem, but we'll get there. And you guys are going to fix it. So we are, we're
mean?
ever so gently, we're ever so gently touching on it. More and more, the expansion of the old stuff is just sort of falling to the wayside, and it's just all the new stuff because we're trying to make room for the new stuff. So I'm not even going to promise that anymore. But what we're doing is we're taking everything we learned from the original cities. We're going bigger, better, better. And this is going to be, this is kind of rehash. You've seen it before, but for new people.
Did you say bigger, better, badder?
Batter, yeah, batter. Like,
okay.
Like Michael Jackson. Bad,
oh, I was thinking like baseball. Got it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So, don't try to apply logic, Chris. I'm on a roll. So we're doing a bunch of things. One, we're breaking the box. Everything used to be boxy. We want to go, and we still don't really can't really show it so much. We're breaking the box a little bit here, but we're doing stuff that's not just simple squares, right? Cool new shapes, breaking out of there. We are doing toolbox sets, right? We're focusing on sets that are going to give you a bunch of usable pieces you'll use in a whole bunch of different ways, like this the scaffolding stuff. Multi-level play is big, right? We want to go up, up, up. We want the vertical in vertical terrain. We want to put it in 3D in three-dimensional terrain, right? We'll have you play on the whole fun of putting stuff on the table is going up, and cities looks really cool. It's castle pretty good when you go up, 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 right? So lots of verticality, lots of multi-level play. We've got two styles. We've got wood, rustic wood, something like, and we've got ashlar stone, which is this fancy. Oh, I don't have one thing. All right, fancy stone, right? Dirty sandstone, somebody call it, whatever it is. We got dirty sandstone and beat up wood. It's gonna be a big hit.
You have like the exact energy of somebody like presenting at like a tech conference.
Where you got like 30 seconds and they're high on cocaine.
They just like talking really fast.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got that. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, well, I've been to a lot of, never been to a tech conference, but
I've shot a couple.
All right, so that's sort of the big picture, right? We're giving you a whole bunch of new stuff to build the city of your dreams, including tons of dressing, new texture options for the ground, sculpted ground, and surface layer coverage, and hopefully everything you could ever possibly need to build a city. Well, we'll probably leave room for Cities 3, but we'll get there. Before we actually look in detail at pieces, the big disclaimer is that everything you're going to see here are handmade prototypes, so stuff is janky, right? Things are not quite there yet. We're trying to tool out these flat peg holes and stuff. It's a whole adventure. So the stuff here, I mean, go look at our Kickstarter videos for like Wildlands, and then look at the stuff you actually got. You see there's a lot of improvements along the way. The things they're imperfect at this stage, and that's why we do Kickstarter, and that's why we do the show, so you can see the process and the like. So that's, remember, everything could change. As you've seen here, we've shown, I think, 3 variations on ashlar paint at this point. Some pieces have been dying. We're going to talk about some of the pledge plans today. Those are already changing. Like things will change and evolve. Also, part of the fun of this show is seeing how it changes and evolves. Like, any other preamble before we look at some stuff?
That is the most recent ashlar, right? We didn't grab.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Unless it isn't. Oh, look at that. All right. The other. Oh, I didn't really talk about the quick one. Wait, we got it.
Can you say that all again at 50% speed? Everybody's just remarking how it feels like a infomercial.
Well, there's so much I want to go through. I don't want to, like, I've already covered this stuff.
Real quick. Steve O'Mancy hasn't done a Kickstarter with us yet.
Buckle up, Steve.
Yeah,
O'Mancy.
It's not first come, first serve. This is like the only time we can guarantee you can get whatever you want.
Only come, only serve.
Because we make the order based off of what people pledge for. So you can get anything you want here. There's no limited stock in the Kickstarter.
It's the only time you can guarantee you get everything there. You get ordered up now, because you don't. Who knows if we'll ever have those same configurations? If we'll ever restock that stuff? When it'll come? Yada yada yada.
We'll do our best, but there are some pieces that are just hard to keep around.
So our one of our things to support multi-level play, we have our new biscuit joiner system. We have these little flat pegs and these slots. It's much like a biscuit joiner from carpentry. So we're going to have a thing where we'll be able to pop these little pegs in and then connect your pieces, and then they'll stick together so you can do interesting, cantilevered off things, and we'll be able to like join roofs together and scaffolding and whatnot, and it'll let you lift off levels together as one unit and the like. Important to remember that this is the only piece we have, right? We spent the money to, normally we don't tool any of this stuff because it's really expensive before the Kickstarter, but we spent the money to tool this thing. This is cast in Dwarvenite. This is an actual factory sample. This is what you will get. And this one, the biscuits work really nicely in this one because these are actual factory finished tool bits.
Yeah,
the biscuits and the rest of this stuff, it might kill me, right? They're a little. Miles has been doing his best to like Dremel them out and fix the things, but they are far from perfect. So you will see me struggling with some biscuit. My biscuit foo is not strong, so we'll see what happens. So remember that. There it is together.
So the biscuits are really just if you want to do multi-level, like elevated building.
Yeah, you're not required to use biscuits. Biscuits are optional. So is gravy.
If you're just doing ground floors.
Yeah, you can use gravity the old-fashioned way. There's plenty of things you could do. You do not need to use them, but you're gonna want to once you have them. Once you've had a taste of biscuits, you're like, delightful. We gotta go.
It's the most British thing you've ever said.
Ooh, a bit of a scone for a rabbit burner.
I forgot what your British accent sounded like.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm rabbit burner.
Okay.
Right-oo.
All right.
I'm the new Prime Minister, the rabbit. All right, so.
Moving on.
Chris is dying over there. It's the best. So, all right, let's look at some stuff. So, people were looking at some ivy. Let's go slide on this thing here. Okay, so we've got.
Yeah, all right, you got it.
There we go. Where's the water at? All right, over here we got a little sample of that showreel. This is something I slammed together so that Chris could send out an email to tell everybody what we got going. And it's also kind of falling apart in the backs and whatever, but we'll live with it. So the idea here is, and we still don't have it yet, that you're going to be able to lift off the roof as one whole thing. Right now I'm just sort of white sticking it together for fun. We'll look at the roofs in a second. We had a bean in here I didn't even think about, but well.
Hide it.
I don't know if I can. I just have to not take any walls out. And you can see, I didn't have the 2x4, so this is an unpainted wood one. There's a bunch of stuff going, but the idea is one of the big things we're going to be doing this is we're going to have. Can you see it?
Just put your hand over it. Just let it hand it.
Yeah.
Just cover it with your hand and remove it. It's not that hard.
Well, it's too late now. So we're gonna have.
Why did you have interior decoration? It was an exterior
I don't
picture.
know. I didn't know it was in there until I took the roof off. I don't know. I work on instinct. I don't know. It's not logic.
And then you chose to remove the wall anyways.
I don't know. Just when I saw stained glass window, I wanted to show it. People need to see the stained glass and nothing else behind it. So we have stained glass window. Can you toss me a Lumic cube? I'm losing my mind. It's how long do we have until this whole show is over?
Like an hour, 20
okay,
minutes.
geez, it's gonna be a long one. All right, so we're gonna have. How about a Lumic cube that works? Come on.
Oh my God! Wait, is it not charging?
No, it's dead. It's dead like Merc's Spelljammer game.
The
Come on, think. Do we have any of them working? Oh, this is hilarious. Hey, I've got a cell phone. We'll do it here. We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
all of them are not plugged into the charging block.
All right. So we're gonna have acetate inserts that are that you can slide into the window, so you can change out your stained glass, right? So like can I get this thing out? It's gonna slot in from the bottom. It's a bad example. So you'll be able to have them empty with just the mullions, and then you'll be able to slot in different. We got a bunch of different stained glass design that Janet and Letitia have been jamming out that are just gorgeous. This is the green balefire with purple. So give me lots of neat options to make your Ashlar windows just look really snazzy. Very excited about the stained glass. Other interesting features of Ashlar. Let's see. This is. Oh, can I get it out? Oh, these floors are this first pass of floors. They were like they shrunk, and so they don't fit right. So we got a new one going. The doors will be working. We haven't figured out exactly how because right now they're perfectly fit. Michelle made a perfect fit door, but there's no room. It's so perfect that there's no room for it to actually hinge open, whatever. But we'll get there. We have beautiful arched doors, beautiful arched windows that'll have a hinge, arched architecture everywhere. There'll be straight wall, there'll be solid wall, door wall, window wall you saw. There'll be an LED wall, which will be like this. There'll be a little LED socket on there. There'll be a magnetic wall. Should be good stuff. The floors, do I have the insert? I'm just destroying this whole thing. We got, let's see, and I haven't tested this. This could be, because might maybe not fit at all, but we will see. We've talked about it, now we're going to show it and see if it works, and it's probably not, but we'll see what happens. And if it would be a miracle if I don't break some of these things today. All right, so the floors. In our original City Builder system, we had solid floors. We had floors with a cutout for stairs, and we had floors with a trapdoor hole. Inevitably, you never had the right thing, right? You either had too many solids or too many with holes in them or too many of this, whatever. So what we're doing now is we're just making one kind. Everything has the hole in it. Problem solved. No, we have we're going to have an insert. Let's see if this fits. It's too small. Well,
this isn't factory finished.
No,
so.
It's going to be a nice pressure fit. We did it with a, what do we do with it?
The 2x1 sidewalk fits in perfectly.
It fits in perfectly.
The factory is able to like make those cuts like exact, so it actually like works perfectly.
Yeah.
But when we're doing this in-house, it's tough.
So it's, hey, Mitch is here, MC1 Gamer. We've LARPed for like decades together. We've killed all of the forces of darkness back to back in the woods. And some of the forces of good, unfortunately, too. There's a dark stretch there. So this is a bad example because it's loose as hell. So I should have tested before because I know everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like the teardrops are not gonna fit in. They're gonna be nice and tight pressure fit, and you'll be able to pick it up like it's one solid unit. And then that way also you'll be able to pop it out if it's like a secret door, or you can pop it out if I can't even get it out on the bottom. So I don't know. There's something. This is a whole.
Again, these are rough prototypes that we make in-house as opposed to the factory finished molds. Yeah.
So you'll be able to pop it out if you want a stair hole. We have a little trapdoor thing we'll show at some point, as well as pop it in, or it could be a secret thing or whatnot. So that's one floor to rule them all. You'll have lots of options for that. Just like our original City Builder system, we've got corner posts which you can pop out and walls which you can slot in, so you can a bunch of modular parts. Stores really easily because everything breaks down flat. Ships really easily. It'll be great. Is Letitia still here?
Yeah.
All right.
She's been hanging out.
I should show the one that she worked on. Did she do this one? Well,
are we just going to talk about it now because it's all right?
We got one of the fun things we're going to do. Is we are going to have some rugs. So this is Letitia and Janet have been making a whole bunch of different cool rug designs. They are printed on felt, so they're soft to the touch, and they're fabricy, and they're soft, and they are super thin. So they don't look like crazy bulky when they're on the floor, right? But they will tie the room together. Or you can use them to cover up your thing or whatever. And can you even see this neat little?
It's reading pretty well.
Yeah. Letitia did this really cool magic circle. That's neat. There's some really good. We have a bunch of fun designs. They've been having a lot of fun, I think, with the rugs.
It's been really cool to see all the designs pop up.
So it should be it's gonna be one nice little splash of color, so you don't have to like hunt after woven bookmarks and stuff to use the rugs. We're gonna give you some rug options, including some that you maybe didn't even know you needed. Like
people are wondering what they're
together giant rats. What?
People are wondering what they're gonna be made of.
Felt. It's a felt fabric. You can sort of see the texture in the back. It's actual fabric. Oh,
mini magnets in the rug so they can be hung up on magnetic walls.
magnetic walls.
You might need to.
Yeah, we work on that. Yeah. So we get some rugs brewing. So that was an unknown bean that popped on it.
Everybody's asking us to make the Lebowski rug.
Just tie the room together. We get something. Yeah. Also, I guess we had some eagle-eyed scouts somehow spotted this ivy. I don't know how they possibly could have seen it.
There was a lot of people talking about the ivy.
Of course, it was like this giant green thing right there. So Eli has just finished up this ivy set. There's going to be a little freestanding boy, this little guy here, and the general goal with the ivy is A, splash of color, B, makes it look alive, C, you're going to be able to put it on everything. And it's a small set, 3 pieces that you'll be able to put all over the place. So this guy is freestanding because the foot kind of sticks out a bunch, and you can throw this against your ruins or your dungeon or even your wilderness or wherever. It's gonna. I think people are gonna put the ivy everywhere. Then this is going to be this one is going to be, as right now it's just white stick. It's going to have a little peg here. So our corner posts are going to have a tiny peg sort of in that big bottom of the arabesque fish hook there. There'll be a little hole for doing accessories such as this. So this will be able to peg in onto your corner posts. And so you can do a couple of these. They'll string together if you want to have the ivy like growing up the side, bump, 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 bump. Also, this guy, if you're building inline, this guy will touch to the bottom of it. I'm covering it with my finger. Something like that. And the like. Or you can just have it wrap around the corner, have 2 of them on the corner. The like. And then we have a big guy over here, which is going to, where the 2 pieces of white stick are, there'll be 2 little pegs, which is the same thing will pop in. This is like a facade style. So this will cover your whole wall. And then the idea is, let's see if I can do it with this thing. You'll have, if you're using, where is it? If you're using this one on your corner post, you could then have this guy up next on the facade level, and it'll sort of join into one big creeping up the side of the building ivy situation. Kind of like yay. It should be pretty cool. And I think we'll end up probably putting it all over the place. You could also even throw it on the ground, right? As cover a pit or something, or I don't know, some sort of weird green slime, or who knows what. But I think ivy is going to be fun. These are the only pieces we have. We don't have any multiples yet, so we haven't even started to play with it and put the holes in it or whatever. But we'll see what we can do with ivying up some stuff. Any ivy questions?
Does this connect to the post? Yes.
Yes. There's going to be there'll be little pegs in here that are going to peg into the corner posts.
Will you be able to throw it on the ground, or will it have pegs coming out of it that will prevent that? I think the freestanding one should be.
Yeah, you could throw it on the ground. It'll have little pegs, but you could, so it won't sit super flat. Oof, I can't even pull it out. We could do it. You could also
remind me.
Use it without.
Are the holes in the corner posts going to match the size of any of the like?
They're pole accessory hole size.
Pole accessory hole size.
Yeah.
Okay. So you might be able to find some extra modularity with that.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. You could stick your little funny gargoyle up the side or whatever, or something. Any of your pole accessories can go off the side. Which would be fun.
The ivy looks too long to use with streets when building in line.
If you're building in line, you use this guy. Do I have a floor? Pretend this is a street. This guy is sized such that it's 1 floor height till they get to the top. So that'll line up for you if you're building in line. Yeah.
So we have one that's the appropriate length for each.
Yeah. So you could build in line with, you have sculpted ground. Put this on sculpted ground, and then go up, and then you could either go up using this or using these. So you have some options. Good eyes. Good eyes.
What else do we have? Any chance of ivy in autumnal colors? Probably can't manage that, but it should be a pretty easy custom paint scheme to do.
Exactly. What he said.
Pegs are movable. Anything's removable if you try hard enough.
Facts. Yeah. You'll be able to wrap it around like the side like this.
Magnets for roof ivy?
Not yet, so far. Rabbit wants ruined ivy. I love you, Rabbit. The best.
Ivy door for fences? Well, we kind of did that with Well, they're thorns, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't ask for ham jam or ivy. All right. Any basic ashlar or ivy questions?
I feel like roof ivy is probably the
The roof
most
ivy we
popular
need.
thing here now. Yeah.
But,
Different colors for the ivy. No, we're just gonna offer it in this one paint scheme, just because unfortunately we can't do multiple paint schemes on a bunch of stuff.
It's already driving up our SKUs like crazy just on the roof, so we'll get to that when we get to the roofs.
Yeah. But this is gonna be like this ivy is gonna be super easy to like do custom paint jobs on. It'll be a really fast custom paint if you want to try other color schemes.
You know what I also have while we're here? We got to go in extreme. We have. So for those of you that are annoyed by having the little biscuit holes in the sides of floors, we have 2 stone fillers and 2 wood fillers. I only have one of them here, but I thought you would enjoy this guy. So Michelle sculpted this little thing. Like I don't even have. Oh, I'll put white sticks so you can see what it's gonna make. It's a little tiny gargoyle spout. It's like the greatest thing I've ever seen, if I'm honest. And it's gonna sit something like that. It'll have a baked in little back peg. Wow, you can't even see it.
Bat plugs.
Right, little gargoyle spout.
Well, all 4 sides have biscuit holes, or only 2? All 4 will, so that you can. Because when you get to like very large, complex builds, you're gonna need them on all sides.
It doesn't read as adorable on camera as it is in real life. It's a good little guy.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? The eye test and lens test are different things.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, especially Michelle's stuff, it always looks so much more magical in person than in photos. Like it's really, I don't know, something with this minuscule magic.
Does the ivy color match the hedge or any of Wildlands? It should be the same as the hedge, right?
It's.
At least
I think
similar.
so. I don't know. We could grab one. Let's see. That's why we're on this show. Let's see.
Yeah. Want a big bag of those? I'm pretty sure we're gonna have like ways to get high multiples of the plugs. I'm pretty sure. Because those are like a super easy thing to do in high multiples and put a bunch in a pack that's still fairly cheap because they're small, cheap pieces. Oh, Ezed, you finally got your new internet? they finally did it? Do the accessory peg holes fit in the biscuit hole to have them drop from the floor above, not on the corner? They put in a paired peg hole in the freestanding ivy piece. That's a good question. I don't know if they're appropriately sized for that or not.
Huh.
Plugs and biscuits need to be sold by the buckets. Yeah, we're gonna. That's the plan. We want all those small pieces we want to have in like packs that are good for like high multiples. So then you can just like scale it up with like how many of these do you want? Just get like that many of this pack basically.
I have no idea where the wall of thorns. I know where the hollow hedges, but I don't know where the wall of thorns. I was looking for the wall of thorns also.
It might be in one of those Sterilite like.
Yeah, I looked in the. Yeah, it's obviously somewhere, but.
Because now that I think about it, yeah, I don't remember it being in the archive.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. So that's pretty.
Any chance of hanging signs like for taverns or shops? So we did magnetic ones in the original cities.
Yeah, so we're pretty close in color here.
Is the rustic wood one just a plank?
It's a piece of wood.
It's pretty close. And also, keep in mind, factory painted is slightly different than what we paint in here. So.
These are the thorns from Dread Hollow.
Are the signs in stock? You get one with the core set.
Yeah.
I don't know if that magnetic accessories pack is in stock. Probably not.
All right. Other Ashlar questions before we go to...
What about signs using the biscuit hole like you did for the gargoyle? Well, people mostly have questions about gravy.
Yeah.
Any plans for bringing back the castle-style wall clip-on accessories? If we do more castles, probably.
We can also use them on here, but not currently on the agenda. But yeah, those are neat. I love them.
Oh, do the accessory peg holes fit in the biscuit hole to have them drop down from the floor above and not on the corner. Could we?
Yes.
The accessory.
Yes. So
Yeah?
the biscuit hole, the magic of the biscuit hole, is. This is a true sentence here.
Oh, boy.
It's the biscuit peg, right? The flat peg doesn't fill the whole thing on the sides on the right and left. It accommodates our paired peg system, so you can attach any of our paired peg stuff, or you could put a single pull accessory hole on either side. What do people want to see? Little gargoyle?
I think so. Let's see. Did he say anything specific? Maybe put in a paired peg hole in the freestanding ivy piece. Yeah, so I guess he was talking about like, can he hang the ivy from the biscuit?
Yeah, you could. For sure.
The sentences that we say
Where are the
on
dots?
this show.
Man.
Being good at something is different from the torture of doing it. That's fair. No, Eli, I think when he was on the sculptor stream a couple months ago, I think he said he's sculpted like over 1,000 leaves by now for sure. Are the black stone and ashlar part of the paint scheme now? Feels less fancy. Yes, that's the current iteration of the ashlar paint scheme. We're trying to find a good balance, something between like what we think looks nice as well as what the factory thinks is doable and doesn't make the price too much. It's a lot of calculus. What kind of camera are you using for the close-ups and lens? We're using a Sony A9. The lens it's just a kit lens, right? Is it just the Sony? It's like a 28 to
Sony.
It's like a 28 to 105, I believe. Kit
24 to 105.
24 to 105, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you can put pull accessories in things if you want to.
Imagine Googling Ivy biscuit plug may get some interesting results. Yeah, cool. That's interesting.
Put the little gargoyle. That guy works. And I can't tilt up.
It's very funny to just have that gargoyle
The little
just
guy.
looking straight down instead of.
But it doesn't look that weird in the grand scheme of.
No, especially when you're looking at it in
Yeah.
the context of a whole build as opposed to when you're singling them out.
You could do this is really kind of neat. This is from the catapult.
How many varieties of gargoyle will there be? Oh, this is us using old existing. Oh, using the dragon head stuff is really cool, actually.
Put those on either side of a doorway or something. Or,
Yeah. RG, the one on the left is the only one that we're developing for Cities Untold. The rest are just our existing pull accessories that we're slapping in there.
that thing in there. Yeah. So you're gonna have lots of options. All sorts of any pull accessories will fit into these biscuit holes. So you have lots of ways to customize, as well as put all of your, anything that you have that has paired pegs. So your wildland stuff, your docks, your original suspension bridge can all attach off to these floors and do something fun like that. Yeah.
Let's see. Dragon heads on the rowboat? I think it can go on there.
Yeah, that could go in there too. Yeah. A whole world of them. What else? What else we got? Do we want to look at?
I think we should just move through as much as we
wood.
can. Oh, it's actually
got
kind
sculpts
of
to
giveaway
look at.
time, actually. 7:55, but if we're about to move to a new section, might as well do it now, yeah?
Yeah. What's a fun word? What do we have? What do we have?
There's been a lot of fun words so far today.
What's a
Alverna says hedge.
hedge?
Ivy.
Did you say RG?
2 people have
was
said
here?
Ivy. Yeah, RG's here.
Give us a word. Give us a word.
Well, she recently said, I'm going to make an obese unicorn gargoyle in honor of the genius of biscuits.
Unicorn, one word.
An obese unicorn is one word.
Yes, that's a great one. Perfect.
Okay, that's been typed in. Oh, Lebowski would have been good.
Oh.
Well, it's obese unicorn is one word. If you want a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card for our web store, it is available no matter where you live. This is an international giveaway. So
Woo!
let's go ahead and type obese unicorn in the chat. Oh, God.
You know what we didn't talk about was also there's shorty, right? We have narrow
Oh, yeah,
narrow
the
walls, And these are, I'm using it on an unpainted wood floor, but right, we're going to have narrow walls. Right? We'll have solid door and window, so you can do your 2x4s and 4x4s. You can finish those out, something like such.
Will that be included in the core or an advanced set? The narrow stuff's going to be a separate pack from like the core basic builder pieces, I believe. Yep. Yeah.
And we'll talk about the sort of plan for packs and pledges and whatnot too. This is on an unpainted wood parquet fancy floor, but it doesn't matter. You get the idea.
The important thing is just showing you how it works.
Yeah. All right. All right, we've got, should we go over to wood next, and then we can do roofs and accessories?
Yeah, I think everybody's wanted to see that tower.
Let's go take a look. Let me put these guys here. Here, we'll keep the ivy out, because people probably want to do something with the ivy.
I guess also, yeah, that thing he was building on is a prototype for a...
well, it's half a, yeah.
It's not the full battle board, but it's like the prototype for the top of the battle board, basically.
So we're working on. So you can see it over. Well, let's do the battle board in a sec, because I have a. I have it. This is on a battle board,
No
so
worries.
we can transition. That's
Don't
a good.
forget. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we take you. We put you over here. I need more shelves.
Forget about it. We need more shelves.
Yes. All right. I'm trying to not have the table end up like it normally ends up. Which is like a prototype bomb went off.
Tower
Okay,
time.
so this thing is extra janky, but we'll take a gander.
Oh wow, I might need to pull back even more. You did go pretty vertical there.
Yeah, I was trying to. Okay, we can go zoom in a little more. All right, no. All right, so this is. Wow, these things are hanging off because I couldn't quite get them in all the way, but we'll.
Again, these are in-house prototypes, so they're not quite as functional as the final product.
These were the first pieces of our new scaffolding system, which is similar to our original docks that we did in Cavern Steep. So they are. It's going to be a plank, sort of a flat plank system, which will have a kind of a neat underbelly. It looks kind of like the bottom of a cart. And lots of biscuit holes so you can connect everything everywhere. And so the idea is you use these to make docks, to make actual scaffolding, to do boardwalks around your building, to do balconies like we have here, to do widow's walks and the like. We have, I don't know, 9 or 11 different pieces in the system. Right now we just have...
We have like 4 of them made currently. 4.
Yeah. So we'll have to look at what we got here. And I kind of jammed it on this building here to give you an example of, like, we were trying to make like a lookout tower, kind of a wilderness lookout tower sort of situation here with a bunch of guys. So let's pop all this stuff off and we'll take a look.
Literally what you're looking at is all of the functioning prototypes we have in the office currently that were literally being finished today.
And I couldn't quite get all the biscuits to sit right because these hadn't been tooled out, but you get the idea. So let me pull these off because these are white stick.
We're having the rest made over the next couple weeks, so soon we'll have the full system working here.
We'll have it by next week.
Yeah.
And so Eli sculpted these. He's a master of wood. All right, so this is and pull apart. All right, so we have a 4-inch platform, a 2-inch platform, and these are going to have. So Toby worked out a way that we can get 2 things in the same slot. So we have a bunch of railings and we have pilings, which we don't have yet. So you can do pilings if you want to do docks, or pilings if you want to have it like a second-story balcony. You want to have something holding it up, and railings if you want to make things safe or make a bridge or whatever. So the idea is that these the railings are going to have a peg on each of here, and they will straddle the 2 different biscuit slots. So basically 1 peg in each slot, and then it leaves the whole rest of the thing open. So the pilings actually have a pair of pegs and those on the outside. So the pilings can slot in on the outside, these slide on the inside, and you can get both in on one thing, or you pop these off. You can just have pilings or just have railings, or any mixture of the two combined. These are nice weathered wood. Hamster just painted these up like right before this. What is it? I don't know. He finished it at 4 o'clock. Right?
Yeah,
The email went out at like 4:04.
These were painted a couple hours ago.
So you can do, if you want to do like a full bridge sort of situation, you can have them on both sides. You can take them off. There's a ton of things. Once we have a bunch of these, we'll show you a bunch of neat things you'll be able to build. You'll be able to cap them off. We have a 2-incher, and we have a narrow one around here somewhere, and the like. What's also neat about these is they are exactly 1 inch high, so that you can invert them, and then this will work with our 1-inch elevation system, right? So now you are exactly the same height as the 1-inch elevation, so you can build on 1-inch elevation. You can also use this on. Do I have a wooden floor? Yeah, you'll also be able to use these on your wooden floors too, so you can use them to do balcony railings and whatever, make a variety of things. But also, same thing here. You can invert this, and then use this as a raised. You can make a raised stage or whatever. Right? And please ignore the white stick. Right? It's just because Miles hasn't tooled up the pegs on all these yet and whatever. But so you can do you get a situation like this where you can use it to make like for the town square or something. You could have a raised stage, whatever it's or whatnot, and then it'll line up then with the rest of our 1-inch rise system. So should be really robust. I'm really excited. Like this thing, I use the KS6 docks and gangplanks for like everything, and now this is like that whole thing on steroids.
They're like a stealth expansion to them.
Yeah. It's going to be just absolutely delightful. We have some stairs for this. We have a narrow one. We have a cool corner. In fact, I can show.
Like a roper. Merc was asking if there's scaffolds that break the box.
Yes. Well, yes. We have a diagonal which opens up. Once you get 45 degrees, all bets are off.
That's a quote for the history books. Yeah. I'm going to roll the giveaway, actually, while he's out there. It's been enough time. Obese Unicorn, you got like 15 more seconds if you have not entered yet. But a lot of people have entered, so probably we're all good. Obese Unicorn is one word if you want a chance to win it. I'm going to roll it in like 10 seconds. Cool. What about vertical to make it actual scaffolding? We've got ways to rise, yeah. We've got like stairs and the things that you can do like a stair platform. Once we have like all the pieces in here, you'll be able to see. But yeah, it's made to be able to kind of rise up the side of a building. It's got a lot of uses. It's one of my favorite systems. All right, let's roll this baby.
All right, we're doing it.
Hey,
We're just going for
tortiverse.
the whole thing. We're going.
You want me to roll the giveaway?
We're going. Yeah, roll it.
I rolled it. It's the tortiverse.
Woo! Congrats. All right.
Congratulations.
So we got. There's going to be. Is this the uninhibited spray? Uninhibited spray?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it helps the resin cure when it touches the stuff.
Love that.
So this is the master of the diagonal sprayed with this. Yeah, this goop is coming off. Right, so this lines up same footprint with the diagonal floor, and is an inverse, fits into the large diagonal wall, so you can use it as like getting out to your porch or whatever. Like I can't wait to actually have them on hand. You'll see all sorts of the geometry, so much fun geometry. So it is going to be delightful. And then it terminates in a 2-inch at each angle, right? So you can do docks going off at 45 degrees. So we're going to have all sorts of fun ways to play with this stuff. I only have one here because it is the master. Then we've got. I don't have the narrow. There's a narrow platform, and then there's a narrow corner it's all baked in. and you can put two of these together to make like a cool little fort thing. It's gonna, it's just joyful.
Oh boy, that's a lot of parts.
Yeah,
it's a fleshed out system.
These are the piling, right? There's double pilings, and you can flip them around either way for different heights. So you can get 1 floor height, or this gets you up to the 1 inch height. And then there's also there's a footer that you can then peg that into to get up if you need to go off ground. If you're going off like a battle board up to a 2nd story, it'll get you up there. It's gonna be wild. And then there's also a single piling, which you can use with the narrow. It plugs in between the narrow platform, so you can do, or you do something, that sort of a situation. It's very hard to demonstrate this without any pegs whenever I see on my fingers, but it's gonna be delightful. Then we have, this is such a fun, classic little Eli piece. This is anybody guess what this thing is?
Green.
Yep, it's all green stuff. It slides on here, and there's going to be a hole in here, so it's a pole accessory holder. So you can put your arbalist on here, or your hoist, or your whatever. It's going to let you basically put pole accessories on any of the railings anywhere you want, and put as many of them as you want. So you can pop that around. So that should be pretty cool.
Dude, put a bunch of crows on it and just have the crows all along the balcony.
Yeah. Right? Just all perched there. It's going to be a big old hanging ladder, which can fit some mini bases in between there, and that has little pegs that'll pop off these. And then, of course, that thing, then you can also pop it onto... Right, you can stick it into any of these... Oh man,
you
can't.
You really messed that one
up. I missed the mark by a lot. But you can pop it into any of the biscuit slots on the side of your building, so you can have ladder going outside the building, and you can put a couple of them together. It'll look neat. Then we got some stair options, which are the captain stairs. Once again, we'll take mini bases on them, and these are going to have a little. They have a slot in here for the peg connection. They'll be able to biscuit together, so you can do variable lengths. So you get all sorts of different heights, because it turns out there are a lot of different heights that you're going to want to hit in the city. And we have a little pillar to hold these up for inside the building. So this and the pillar are going to make a nice little thing.
So those stairs work inside?
Yes. We have a little pillar, a 38 millimeter high pillar that this will slot into. In fact, let me go get it. We're just.
And could I see the stairs inside? The only issue is you want like a somewhat larger building for it to like really work inside, just because you need like space to like have a 2nd floor and like the space for the stairs to like go up to it. But like like they plug into the thing. One of the very early sample builds we did back when like most of the stuff was like still foam was like a tavern that had a 2nd floor, and you take those stairs up to the 2nd floor and stuff when we were like testing out geometry.
So there's this little guy, which is going to have a biscuit hole on the other side, boom, boom, and then this and this will make an indoor stair that'll get you up to the 2nd story. But then this will also be really neat. We have the narrow platform that you could use to this, or this bridge here. This was the final. This is the greatest piece of the whole kit and caboodle. Look at that thing, 6-inch long rope bridge. Another a classic Eli piece, and he's made it a little uneven, so it'll help. It actually helps the minis stand on each of the inch sections, so you can get some playable bits. So there's going to be just nonsense for this, and this will have, once again, biscuit holes on either side, so you can slot it into any of these or any of our other bits, right? You can pop it off the cupola, you can pop it off the side of your building, so you do that sort of situation. There's going to be a lot of multi-level shenanigans. Oh, it's so satisfying to hold in hand, too.
You know, what we should do now that we've got these in house.
What?
We should test them with the escarpments. In the paired pegs.
Well, these, yeah, pair pegs into them. Yeah, for sure. Also, you can take the little 25 millimeter stairs, put them onto this thing, and then this thing, this will be can make like a freestanding, right? It'll get you just over like some water, so it'll sit like such. So you could have these guys will get you up, and then you have a pair of steps, or right, you can put it up to this thing and have them going across a bunch of bits, or I don't know. This thing it's going to be, it's one of the top 10 pieces of the Kickstarter, for sure. So this system is going to be a big toolbox. It's going to let you do a lot of fun builds. So we can't even wait. Like once we actually have all this stuff in hand, we'll start showing it all to you. We're going to show a record number of masters tonight, I think.
Everybody's saying we can make an Ewok village with this. And
oh yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when we've got enough of these in house to be able to make like a big intricate system.
Well, you can run Widow's Walks off the roof, right? So the whole goal with the roofs is we want the roofs to be playable, right? So like this, the cupola has got biscuits, so you can run stuff off this. We have another magnetic perch that you can use stuff off of. So you'll be able to run stuff on the ridge lines, and then have stairs going down, and then run another one going off to the other buildings. So like we're gonna have multi-level roof nonsense. You described it really well.
Dynamic vertical gameplay.
Well, that too. No, but you had like a fun. It was like the parkour playground of Amongst Dreams or something.
Yeah,
or, I don't know, some fun description.
It sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, it'll be wild. We just need to get all the stuff in hand so we can show it to you.
That's really been the thing that's been killing us, is not having these things functional in hand.
Well, the challenge that we discovered was the factory that they normally try and do most of our prototypes for us because it's so much easier. They said we can't do all of these engineered holes because there's a lot of precision required, especially at this level. So we spent the last 6 months. Tyler built out a workflow so that we could get precise engineered, or relatively precise enough that it's close, engineered holes in all of the stuff that we need so we can actually build and demonstrate this stuff, because we really needed to demonstrate it because it's going to be wild. So you get to look forward.
It's a set we've made that has been the most dependent on like engineering. Basically.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be able to do cool with the biscuit system's gonna let you do some really neat stuff.
It's gonna be the kind of thing where it's like, it's gonna have some setup time to it, but you're gonna be able to like do a ton of stuff you've never been able to do before.
Well, and you can leave stuff assembled, right?
Yeah.
You can make some funky shaped roofs, right? You could make and just leave the common shapes together, or leave levels together, or leave things together. Like you don't need to. Similar to like, I don't know if you have the docks. Like most of the time, once I get a bunch of the pilings, I get 8 pilings in the dock, I just leave them. Like I'm not popping them back out because I already did it. I'm going to use it all the time.
I'm sure a lot of people just leave their barge assembled and stuff like that.
Yeah. A lot of things.
They really want me to say the words tree trunk extender biscuit adapters.
Ooh, those are words that will not be included in this Kickstarter, but it's a great idea. Yeah, and also like a string of nonsense that makes total sense. I love it. You guys are brilliant. You folks are the best. Yeah. All right, so that's scaffolding. Any final questions on scaffolding?
Well, the old new city stuff worked for 32 millimeter miniatures. It works for 25 to 32.
Yeah,
is what we've found.
Yep. Also,
32 is like the upper limit of what.
Also, you can, because the way our system works, you can pop your walls off if you run into trouble. Oh, I ran into trouble.
How big can you go with the roof system? 12 by 12? As big as you
want,
limit, really. Because the main thing is like we've got it built in. Oh man, have we shown that?
What?
You could because the biscuit holes that are on the top of like some of the roofs, so that you can extend them out with like flat sections to. Not really, because
we don't have them quite in hand. But yeah.
Once we have enough.
So like if you're doing a fight in here and you can't get in, you can also pop the wall out if you need a little more room to accommodate your mini. If you've got a big, a huge 2-handed sword that's swinging off and the like. So yeah, you can definitely fit some 32 mil folks in here.
Yeah.
All right, let me ever so
I
gently.
mean, we've used them for some war game stuff.
Take these out.
What kind of madman plays in 32 millimeters? They're just getting bigger and bigger. Pretty soon, like 37 is going to be like the expected
What's the
scale.
game? The video game, board game that's crushing it on Kickstarter now, Oathsworn.
Yeah.
45 millimeter
yes.
minis.
And they look
That's
good.
double. They look amazing.
They look real good.
They're 2 inches high. They better look
There's so
good.
much space to like do the detail. Yeah.
And they can modular arms and whatever. But like that's as
Scale,
if they're
scale
like
creep is very real.
they're like 32 mil. Hold my beer. We're
Yeah.
going 45.
I'm pretty sure I can make that number a little bigger.
A little bigger.
How big can we go with biscuits? What does that mean? Like
how many things could you string together? You'll run into trouble at some point, right? If you can string as much as you want together, but if you're going to string, 7 2x2s together in a line, it's gonna work. Like it's gonna bend. Like
that's
it's not gonna be.
That's also why why we make things like pillars and stuff too, though, so that you can have additional. Like if you're generally doing like a building that is like 16 by 16 or something, you can have pillars underneath to provide extra support.
You can keep going, but at some point, like you're not gonna be able to lift it up with one hand. It's gonna get wobbly and whatever. The intention was it would let you build big chunks of your buildings or levels and lift them up. You take 2 hands, like lift the stuff off and hold it, but it's not Legos, right? You're not gonna be able to just sort of slam it together and it's gonna, all 40 pieces are gonna fit like super tight. It's still dwarvenite. It's still got a little give, whatever. But well, I'm sure at some point on stream during the Kickstarter, someone will egg us on to see how many we can do in a row before it falls or whatever, and we'll do that.
Remember when you broke one of the rods on stream, and you generally had to put a lot into it? We played the Dwarven Forge Metal song over it as you tried to.
Oh, and it snapped. Yeah.
Just tried to snap one of the rods.
I thought you were gonna say when Toby like stacked 42 Stairway to Violences.
Oh no, we actually haven't had. When we've done ridiculous stuff like that, so far it hasn't like injured anybody.
No, not yet. Let's keep a 0 for 0 or 0 for 10 or whatever, however numbers work. All right, put the scaffolding over here.
54 millimeter Inquisitor minis were ahead of their time.
This is here. Okay. That was the beginning of wood. So.
I really do like this. It's cool to see like with the scaffolding and everything.
Like, changed the whole feel of this thing.
When we were looking at that build back when it had the scaffolding on it, it was like, we can we're kind of being able to do like those kind of wilderness palisades and forts.
And that'll look better with the narrow.
Yeah.
Like that was.
We don't even have all the pieces yet. Yeah. Like this is just with some of the stuff.
Yeah. No, we're gonna be able to do some sort of fortified bits, stages like where it's gonna be fun. We're gonna give you toolboxes to make all sorts of wonderful, delightful things.
We have what, like 15-20% of the pieces actually like.
I don't know. What is math?
In here? It's not a lot. We still have a lot that we're waiting.
So this is an example, white stick, but this hoist is sculpted by Michelle. Is going to have a horizontal pole accessory hole, and it will have a vertical one. So you'll be able to pop the peg out and put it vertical, horizontal. So in a case like this, Miles hasn't tooled them out yet, but these will have the little pole holes there, so you can just pop this basically on the side of your building. But then also you could use it using that little the pole holder that Eli made. You'll be able to put it on your balcony or slide it around or whatever, so you can do vertical also.
You can literally have a mechanic where they can like use like some artifice tool to like move the
slide the thing around and go over the thing. The claw game.
Yeah.
The claw.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for sure. Other things in wood. Let me pop this thing out.
I've got some questions about that window on the thing that you just put away.
The window. We'll get sure. Let's just look at quick. We've got this beautiful speakeasy door. Doesn't have a hinge yet, but it will. It's this white stick. Michelle, this is my favorite thing. I just keep showing it over and over again because it's so cool. All right, we've got the vernacular wood, right? So this is going to be the LED one. There's actually a socket there. Miles rigged it up. I should have put is it running? Right. The idea is you can do everything from common stim, but it's there.
Dude, that's my Tinder profile.
So you have everything from like humble farmhouses to stables to barns to warehouses to fine inns and taverns and shops. And this is the wood is the dungeon of cities. Like you're just going to use this stuff everywhere. This is what we should have done in the first city.
Yeah.
Like this is the basic.
This is the thing that we're
thing.
expecting people to want a lot of.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Plain on one side, get things the other. But the color's not even showing up on this camera for whatever reason. It's it looks black, but it is nice and brown. All right, so what was the question? We're going to come look at this thing?
Wondering about that window, yeah.
All right, we'll get here. So we're going to have, we like the inserts so much that we're going to have inserts for this, and this is one that Janet put together. I think I showed the lattice before, but this is a new one we have. It's fun, it's just a piece of paper, but this is, so we just stitched up, stitched up leather, like just a pour, right? The slums style curtain. Like you don't even have money for glass. It's just like
just something to block the window out.
Stitched up thing that you can keep the breeze out and just such fun work by our graphics team. So this would be like an acetate insert you slide out, and we have a couple of like colored lattice ones, and you can also just leave it open or use your inserts or however you want to mix and match. Oh, in fact, I think I had one here. Yeah.
Any of the old school curtain style? It will still take the original window inserts.
Yes, it will.
So you can still use those old curtains in it. I don't know if
I had one in here preloaded and I lost it. Go figure. I misplaced a thing. My black hole hands.
It's all right.
Here's a bad example.
I'm sweating in here.
Yeah, it's getting
It's winter,
warmer.
so it's super hot in the studio.
Oh wait, here we go. You can do something like. Where's my? For this, I put the. It's not all the way in there. So we cut the. Oh boy.
Again, these are not factory finished pieces. These are prototypes that we've roughed out, and they're usually a little bit off measurement.
Also, user error.
Yeah.
You get. Look who's at the helm of the ship here. I can't even get it. Very close. Yeah. You get the idea. That's all janky, but they're going to be it's same size windows as our original cities, so you can interchange any of our new inserts will fit in the old, and vice versa.
Although the Ashlar has the onion windows and doesn't take the original
That
inserts.
is correct.
Yes. We decided
we have we've got let's see if no, it's the wrong one. Where the heck is here we go. All right, let's test this one. See if we got an insert for the wooden floors. Same bit. We have we're gonna try the insert and see how it fits. Oh, this one might be better. No, I think it's loose also. Yep, this one's loose also. No? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's good, but it's not perfect. It's pretty good. So yeah, you'll be able to just carry it around.
Oh.
It'll be solid. You could pop it out, reveal a stair hole, or use it as a stair hole, or we've got a trapdoor cover. We get options. But all the floors will come with an insert, so you can seal them up. What was the revelation you had? We got other fun things in the freezer tray here. Oh, we're gonna have really neat. I think we showed these before. We have really neat. We'll have double doors, big double high. Oh, in fact, wait, what? Breaking news!
Oh yeah, we have it. Yeah, let's do it.
It's cast in white, so it's really hard. Oh boy, that doesn't look like a thing.
In-house prototypes.
Look at that. It's unpainted on everything, unsanded on the bottom. But you can sort of see if I tilt it down.
Tilt it that way, and then they can see the design.
Okay, so Eli sculpted the wall. Michelle sculpted the doors. They're pool barn doors. They will be hinged. And these are the exact same size as all of our other double doors. So you can swap them in with any of your dungeon double doors, your caverns double doors, your hellscape double doors, your whatever, all your double doors. We got all your double doors. Swap them out. So you can add barn doors to your double door lineup, as well as Michelle. You here? Breaker. Do you read?
She is, yeah.
All right, Michelle. We're veering off. Veering off script. Because there was a script. There was no script. Oh yeah, hey, double high walls also, but
People are asking if we got them in stone.
we do. You ready?
Yeah.
This is these are still in halves and so whatever, hot off the Michelle presses. Check this out. We've got. You didn't know you needed them until now. Let's see if I can get a line up there, Chris. We got stained glass doors. That's right. We're gonna have. We'll do a little insert on these guys so you can splash a color. You can match your doors to your windows. It's gonna be delightful. You didn't know you needed them, and now you need like a dozen. Thank you, Michelle, for bringing it. We were talking about doors, whatever. She's like, "What if we do stained glass doors?" Because she's got like stained glass doors in her house, of course.
Yeah, because she
from an
she
ancient
lives
monastery.
in a fairy tale.
Yeah. And she's like, "This," and it was like, boom. Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. So just imagine we can pop in splashes of color, and we'll have a themed set, so you can put in whatever you have in your stained glass windows, you'll be able to put in the doors, whatever. So the front door, basically this. Then of course you can put this into your dungeon, into your hellgate, into your caverns, into your whatever. So we have more options on the double doors, swip every which way. It's delightful. Boom. We got what else in?
What else in wood?
Yeah, we've got. This is all falling apart. Man, there's white stick everywhere. We have a freestanding wooden wall system.
Oh right, yeah, we have some whole systems we haven't talked about.
Yeah, well, we've sort of shown them before, so I'm trying to power through them quick to show.
Mostly show the new stuff, yeah.
Things, but we have a freestanding wall system. Imagine without the white stick, right? So this is the corner, with a diagonal door in it. We've got a straight with a door in it. Let me put this down here. We got a where the heck are those walls? Did I lose all the rest of them?
On the wooden scaffold, will you make rounded corner scaffolding?
Rounded corners?
I don't think we have rounded corner.
No. Now that's all you saw the scaffolding that's fit to print.
Yeah.
That's all we got. Bring this thing down. Backwards, left, right, up, down. It's like when someone changes the controller, so like down is up and up is down or whatever.
So
we got a regular corner, door corner, straight with the door, short, whatever. I don't know where the rest are, but we have a little freestanding wall system that you'll be able to use. You can build fences outside. You can use it inside to break up your buildings, right? If you just want to, pop a closet into your corner, you want to do some little in rooms, and the like. Let me open this up more. Is that the right size? Yeah. You'll be able to sort of break up your interiors in a bunch of neat ways, right? So that should be lively. Good toolbox for you.
Are the garden walls still happening?
Courtyard walls are, yes. Oh, we need to talk about pledge levels. Oh man, what time is it?
It's 8:30.
8:30. Okay, we gotta get cooking. All right, I think we've seen stuff. We've got cool little accessories, modular trash. We've got this will have fire in it. I don't know where the fire went. LED fireplace. Oh, here it is with a fireplace. It's got the if we can get it off. The shelf is removable. Maybe it's glued on for some reason. I don't know. No, it's coming off. It's coming. I can't get it. It's so stuck on. I don't know. It's good. Well, it's a magnetic shelf. You can remove it. Believe me. Trust me. It's real. We got freestanding curtains you can put up. Also, there's a we got, where is it?
Oh.
Where is...
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Where's the sassy one? What's interesting?
The width of the interior walls, how wide are they compared to the railings from the scaffolding?
The interior...
Would that pole accessory holder...
No, it won't fit on them.
Okay.
Huh. We have a beautiful red... Oh, here it is. Aaron just did a fancy red velvet version. Ooh, for Hightown. I'm Lowtown. I'm Hightown. We got options there. We've got... Let's get into roofs.
Oh God, we haven't even talked about roofs.
I know, we haven't done anything. We got, all right, modular roof system. Hang on. I didn't get diagonals. No, wait, no, I have some. Oh, wait, as I got sculpts, we
Sit
got
back
things
and
to
enjoy
show.
the ride, man.
All right. We've got. Hold tight, stay on target. We got, all right, we got things. We got fun bits to show. I need a diagonal. Ba, 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 ba.
No, the thatch roof wasn't going to be resin. Thatch roof's going to be dwarvenite. It wouldn't really work in resin if we wanted to have the fogger in it and everything. It's too risky. That baby's going to be dwarvenite.
All right. Ba, ba, ba. Modular roofs. Very, very, very excited about these.
Yeah, we actually have functioning roofs now.
Getting there. Also, wait, we get diagonals. Look at this one. It's unpainted, diagonal walls. And it slots out, right? This takes a narrow wall so you can put a door, a solid, a window, whatever you want. There's a door in there right now. It gives you options. Breaking the box. All right, we got.
Looks like master sculpt storage. Yeah, I think that is a master.
You know, it's not dwell. We got the roof system. We got a straight. We've got a hip. We got a valley. We have a diagonal. This guy's so exciting. Then we're gonna have a shallow pitch for doing your sheds and your temples and the like. And then we have other fun stuff. We have the 2-inch peak, and we have a cupola piece, which is sort of, I got a bunch of junk on it right now, but we'll show you the cupola. So, the fun possibilities here are these are going to have you're going to have biscuit holes in the back, so you can biscuit them together and build out, a big old shape. Right, we're going to build something like this and slide it. See, it's white stick, not a biscuit. Fly it in and it, all in one piece. It's going to be, everything you can need. They're going to come in 2 colors. We're going to have a gray that looks like weathered old barn or maybe a vampire's mansion, and we'll have the green. They're designed to play really nicely with the existing roofs in terms of color palette, so you have a really nice range between the blue slate, the sort of warm terracotta, this warm gray, and the green. Great array of colors. You'll essentially be able to make just about any shape you need using these pieces. This diagonal, it's got the same footprint or roof print as the diagonal floor, so you can go over that. Also the same footprint as the diagonal, I don't know where it went, the diagonal scaffolding, so you can use that underneath and do a little balcony sort of situation. Also this plus 2 straights covers a large diagonal, which we haven't shown. You can use the hip. You can do 4 hips. Do I have one here built? Yeah, you can use 4 hips to do like a cool tower roof style thing, or you can use 4 straights to do like our traditional style one. We have soffits, which I won't show you today. So we have these rake soffits that you can put up on the side to project these out. We have a variety there, so we can change the silhouette, change the look. We got some peak things we'll hopefully do. What are you cracking up at?
It's to try to get through everything. You're moving so
bonkers.
fast that I don't know how helpful it actually is to anybody.
We're gonna have a magnetic LED dormer, so you'll be able to pop that thing on, throw in an insert, get a flickering light. It's gonna be pretty. Yep, it's gonna be magnetic. Thing on. We're still we just got some right. This one just came out of the casting with the holes and whatever. So they're getting painted and tooled up right now. So there's to hold this up. And so we'll be able to show, maybe next week we'll be able to show this and actually build some stuff and hold it together. But you can be like some really cool, really interesting roof shapes and variety of cool stuff. The big one is this cupola. I just white sticked it on there. It's gonna have holes on it so you can pop in and do just like this. You can build like a little tiny room and like whoop, and put your have a little watchtower or whatnot, as well as it has biscuit holes there, so you can take the bridge off that or whatever you want off that and the like.
Each roof also will still have a metal sheet inside, like the original roof, so you can put magnetic accessories on them.
Chimney, perch, whatever, any of your old ones. Yes, keep the metal coming along. All right, roofs.
I have to tell you why I'm tired at 8:30 p.m. One, it's been a 10-hour day. Also, just the heat is on here so much that like
really
it's
warm.
putting me to sleep. It's like it's got to be like
you got to move fast to stay alive. You got to move fast. It's like speed.
It's got to be high 80s in here. I'm like,
Keanu Reeves is gonna die if he slows down. We gotta keep moving.
Keanu Reeves needs your credit card number and the 3 numbers on the back.
You ready to buckle up?
Yeah.
We're going into Mastertown.
Yes. So
So
go for it.
in the roof world, you guys saw. I think at one point we showed some of the. It's this beautiful, fine mockery, right? It's a mock work. This is this thing we have. Check this out.
Looks like a
Toby took that. Bump, bump, bump.
Oh, you've got the skull. Okay, that's why you've got the master here.
Yeah. So we're
And
sort of showing what happened. So that turned into this, and this has these really neat little. They're not on here yet. These little tiny spires that stick up to give it extra flair, right? So we took this is kind of the process, right? You start with a piece of geometry, you turn it into an actual beautiful piece of art. Inside, you can see the whole inside, right? Amazing, beautiful, fun little bit. But then, that was phase 1, is sculpt this. So then phase 2, see that thing? Little copper cap, right? So then phase 2, Miles, I'm going to drop this. Let me put this somewhere. Miles molds that, casts that, sent the cast back to Toby.
Cast.
So then Toby working on the, using a, where's the focus? Using a casting.
I'll put it wherever you want it.
There. Using the casting, then went in and dinged up some specific shingles. The inside gave a couple of little bits. There's a little treasure chest and a barrel in there. You're wondering why the heck would he do this on the casting? Because it's analog copy and paste. Because we also needed, that's the front. So that's 2 of those. You can make like a cool full roof. However, we need to have a way for the roof to connect to this little wizard hat roof to connect to the rest of the roofs. And this is for the dangle room. We'll show what this goes on top of in a sec.
It's going to officially
nobody's
be called
gonna
the
understand
dangle
what any of
It's
this
going
stuff
to
is.
officially be called the dangle room.
No, we have to change it. But
it's going to be called the dangle room.
So we
didn't change modular wall of doom. As
We
a
should have.
pack
We
name.
learned
the
from-
piece isn't even named that.
No, it doesn't make
It's
any
just
sense.
okay.
So we also needed an adapter piece that could get this connected to the rest of the roof system, right? So if you were building this inline, I do not want to ruin this because this is a master. But if you were building this inline like this with 2 different color roofs, I don't know why, right? You needed something that can basically get this wizard hat roof in line with the rest of the roof. So basically, he sculpted it once, we cast it, and then he went and dinged this one up in different places, built out this back area, which has a little tiny door, such a good little Toby touch, as well as a door on the inside and little bottles on the thing and the like. And then together, those will form, if you want to connect your wizard hat to the rest of your roof, you do that. And that, of course, has a little back piece here. These are such weird pieces of geometry, but it's all going to put together into a thing that's going to make sense. Also, this has a cool little door in it, so now it can be like a little escape hatch or something. You can put it at the corner. This is for the corner of your roof.
Escape from the dangle room.
I love that movie. Right, so you could have, this is going to go in here. If you
Kurt
took the
Russell
dangle room
really
off,
kills it.
you could then actually add a little edge. You could put one of the scaffolding pieces coming off, and or the bridge and stuff. And this is a little gnome escape hatch or whatever. I don't know. Now Toby made a weird piece of geometry into something that you could actually use and do something cool with. So it could be kind of neat.
Turns out being an architect pays off.
Yeah, and being creative and clever, and it all just somehow came into one full final thing. So that was kind of the process going from this, boom, into a full thing with our cool analog copy and paste, making copies of the thing, do the work once, and then copy. And then ding it up. So each one will be unique. This one has a little moss, one has some shingles missing, and the like. All right, roofs. Before we go to, holy moly, 840. Okay, so I want to talk about the pledge levels, and I want to show I have some new bits from Michelle that we're like, oh, that we actually look at the dangle room itself. Wait for it. All right, this is buckle up again. We have like 9 seatbelts on at this point. Okay, this is, this is so exciting. So this is the, you've seen I think we showed at one point the dangle room. So we have this octagonal tower parapet that hangs off the side, it dangles diagonally off the side of a building. It's going to look really neat. We've a wood version, ashlar version. This is, it's hard to see what it is just yet, but this is the inside floor of the ashlar version. It's going to get cast as one piece, but it had to get sculpted in several pieces so we could actually mold it and cast it here. But look at the cool, the detailing on that floor. It's going to be wild. But then, check it out. Here is the, this is the top on that thing. And this is, Eli went, whoa, wrong way. Went bonkers on this.
Oh yeah.
That's the sound this thing makes. Right, so look at this cool little gargoyles and dragons and the like and whatever. So this will be grafted onto the floor, and then molded and cast and grafted on the back, and then sealed up. He made little panels to seal this thing up, so then the back side will be sealed with a trapdoor or whatever. It'll make sense when you see it, but it's the process. This is the hyperspeed version of everything we do in the last 6 months in like 6 minutes. It's going to be really but yeah, very, very excited by this.
Biscuited to the floor? No, not biscuited.
No, it's going to be glued. It's all one piece, but we sculpted it in multi pieces because it's a really hard one to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the inside, the twisted pilasters. Like, yeah, this is the place where you keep your captive in there, or you start brewing your potions. Or I don't know. There's going to be, who knows what people are going to do this. It's going to be delightful. All right, so this thing, another amazing master for tonight. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let's look at. Let's leave the last. We've got a couple Michelle beans for last. Talk about pledges quick. So,
yes.
Hey, look! I managed to get the table not be messy.
Yeah, there's it looks like you got like chip crumbs or something on the table somehow.
It's from the wood, I think. It's pieces of sawdust. I'm kind of hungry. I could go for some chip crumbs. All right, so
I guess we don't really need the sniper for this.
We've been So our plan, we'll get back to the sniper when we go to the last, we got a couple of Michelle things to look at. So our pledge plan has been evolving a little bit over this. The goal on this one was to try and make it simpler for both for us and the factory and for you, the backers, but also give you maximum flexibility in choice, right? The stuff is expensive. We want you to be able to invest your money in the pieces you're excited about, the pieces you're going to use on the table. So the plan is to make a variety of universal packs that we're going to use to kind of make everything out of. Turns out that's 81 plus 8 color packs, so 89 painted master packs and 81 unpainted master packs, not including terrain trays, battle boards, miniatures. It was maybe more than we thought it was going to be when we melted it all down, but we'll get there.
Did we go over our projection?
Well, yeah, we'll get to the second part of this thing. We got a lot of room, but the idea is that we're going to. So we kind of have more. The factory was like, wait, pump the brakes here. What are you guys? What are you planning? So the plan for the plan is we're going to gate the packs. We're going to release packs as stretch goals they will buy. Well, there'll be also stretch goals that are free pieces, but we're talking about sort of the chart. We've kind of done this loosely in the past, but it's going to be a little more strict now. So we'll launch with 30 packs. Or whatever, just 40 packs. I don't know. Tyler's got the full spreadsheet, but they're sort of all the base things you need to build stuff: the basic walls, the floors, the 2x2s, like the basic roof stuff. And then, starting at $1 million, and then every $500,000 from there, we unlock a new batch of pieces. So like scaffolding is not going to unlock till $1 million, and that'll be 4 new packs plus I don't remember what it is. The urban elevations at 1.5, or we kind of have stuff. The temple pediments at 2.5. We'll have sort of as we go, you'll get more stuff. We'll show you kind of what's coming, right? We're going to say, hey, if you can get to this thing, we're going to have this thing and this thing and this thing. We'll kind of show you the poster child for each of those things when we get there, and it'll protect us if we don't make $1 bazillion. We don't have to make $1 bazillion sculpts. We only have to make however much we've gotten up to. So we're going to kind of as we go along the way. If this thing goes through the roof, then we're going to make all the sculpts, and it's going to be fantastic. And the factory will be happy because it's going to be such a giant order, they don't mind. And if it doesn't, then we'll make whatever we get up to is reasonable. So does that all track so far? Not
Are you
pausing
asking
for
me?
No. So the so then how that feeds into the pledges is we are going to we wanted everybody to participate in the stretch goals, right? That's one of the things that people have been complaining about. Chris has spent a lot of time sort of poring over the feedback or whatever and sort of distilling it down to what are the things that people want, right? And one is choice and one is everybody wants to be in the stretch goals because a lot of people go build your own. So essentially, every pledge is going to be a build your own pledge, but we're going to also have options, sort of pre-made options for you. So the idea right now, this is fresh as of this afternoon, we're going to have a couple of like sort of the entry-level pledges for you can either get one or two, I don't know what we're going to call them, basic sets, starter sets, core sets, I don't know, some sort of entry-level toolbox sets, which will give you enough stuff to do, a small encounter or whatever. These are simple bread and butter bits and the like. And you'll be able to get any of those starter sets that we have unlocked. So maybe at start it's just the basics. We have 2x2s. We didn't even talk about the 2x2 pieces, but we'll get there. Maybe it's just the 2x2s and the simple wall and post thing, and then when we get to the courtyard walls, whatever, maybe that's one of the basic sets. We unlock that too, so you can choose any of those for your pledge level. Then the next sort of tier of pledges will be hero building pledges. So there'll be a pledge for one hero building, and at start we'll have, hey, here's a hero. 2 different hero buildings for Lowtown. Here's 2 different hero buildings for Hightown, or 1 or whatever it is. And then as we unlock things along the way, like we unlock a scaffolding, we'll be like, hey, here's like the dockside jetty or whatever, the harbor master's house is one of the things. So you could then choose that as your building. And there'll be a 1 building, a 2 building, a 3 building pledge. And then you'll be able to choose, if you get a 3 building pledge, you'll choose any 3 buildings that we've unlocked along the way. So the more stuff we unlock, the more options you have to add to your pledge. Or, of course, you can just always go a la carte. I'm going through this so fast it's not going to make any sense, but we'll get to the end and we'll ask questions. And then the final pledge of tiers will be districts, right? So you'll be a 1 district pledge, and a district will be conceptually a 2-foot by 2-foot build. That's the thing. Like this could be the dockside area where there are wharfs and enough buildings and like the murder bar, and there's a whole little thing. And so then we'll start with there'll be a couple of districts, and as we unlock more and more stuff, there'll be more districts to choose from. So there'll be a 1 district pledge, a 2 district pledge, and a 3 district pledge. So you can get the more things unlocked, the more options you have. And at any time, you can just do a la carte. If you don't want the pre-bundled thing, you can say, you know what, I want to actually just pick and choose from all the component sets. But all the stuff will be available. Like there's not going to be gated pieces. It'll be, all those 80 component sets, however many we unlock, will be available. So you can just a la carte away as you want. But fundamentally, each pledge is going to get their own stretch goals, so you get a couple of tiers. We're not exactly sure how it's going to work, but there'll be some choices of flavor. So you'd be like, I want the Lowtown buildings or the Lowtown dressing or the Hightown buildings or Hightown dressing. So you'll be entitled to that whether or not you're going a la carte or taking the pre-made bundles. So everybody gets to participate in the stretch goals. You get some choices, and then the more stuff on the unlock, the more options you get to pick from. I think I covered all the basics. Now, where is it confusing?
Let's see. Do the districts change more as parts are unlocked?
No, but we're going to add more. Yeah. Oh, and that's, okay, here's the other thing. So there's definitely going to be some people that say, hey, I want to go for the big all-in pledge and I want to get everything. How's that going to work? So what we're probably going to do is we'll probably start with I don't want to call it a generic, but like a generic wood district and a generic ashlar district that has everything from launch. You'll have all those basic things, or maybe it's everything from launch and a million. I don't know exactly how it works, but this is like the bundle that has everything. And then we'll have a completionist district. So these are kind of, that probably won't build as nice, clean. The other ones will build clean stuff. This will probably be it'll be everything that we basically unlocked will bundle up into a district. So theoretically, if you just want the completionist, you can get, okay, I want the Lowtown basic district, the Hightown basic district, and the completionist district, and all 3 of those will give you everything all in one fell swoop. Or if you want to go bonkers, you can get every single district that we unlock, because we'll make some really cool things as we unlock the big stained glass window or whatever. We'll have the massive cathedral of radiance, or that could be one of your districts or whatever. And I don't know. It's all still, we'll still build the things as we go, but that's the concept. All right, so there's probably a couple of questions.
Are the hero buildings the same size? It's based on.
Ish,
It's
they'll be the
based
same
on.
price point.
Yeah, it's built on being the same price.
Yeah.
So like, Ashlar is probably going to be smaller buildings than wood because the Ashlar is just a little more expensive.
And maybe there's one wood building that's, we'll have a tavern that's very focused on interior accessories, right? So it probably doesn't have a huge footprint, but it's chock full of stuff. And then maybe we'll have one that's that's a big warehouse, right? It's just size, right? It's got the shallow pitched roofs, and it's like a big space with some scaffolding and stuff or whatever. But so it'll be bigger than that, but it doesn't have really anything inside.
Since stretch goals are tied to money, will you get stretch goals based off of your pledge or your pledge and your pledge manager amount?
You get it off your pledges, but you choose your pledge in the pledge manager. So in other words, if you choose the one building pledge in the Kickstarter, then you go to the pledge manager. And you know what? I want the 3 building pledge. You'll get the stretch goals of the 3 building pledge, and you can get as many pledges as you want. So you could get the 3 building pledge and the 2 starter set pledge or whatever.
Right. So what he's asking is, will money spent in the pledge manager get additional stretch goals, or is it just whatever you put in the Kickstarter that determines your stretch goals?
Your stretch goals will be determined by your pledge or pledges that you buy. So in other words, the 3 building pledge will get 3 boxes of building stretch goals.
Okay.
And then you can choose your flavors.
So if you change it in Pledge Manager, you do get additional stretch goals.
Yeah, you get whatever basically nothing is locked until Pledge Manager. So that's the other thing is you don't have to figure it out until Pledge Manager. And you can always a la carte at any time, right? So or you can do a mixture, right? If you get let's say you went for the full 3 districts and you love the Dockside District and you love the Sacred Square District, but you don't love one of the other ones, you can say, okay, I'm going to do both those districts and then a la carte the rest, and then take that district money and just a la carte all the rest of the bits. And
no.
you would get all the stretch goals for all 3 of them.
No, Masticon.
Masticon.
There will be stretch goals for a la carte. When we say pledge when we say pledge here, all that pledge really is in this context is basically checkpoints for like the amount of money you're spending.
You spend $1,000, whether it's a la carte or you're choosing 2 buildings, you're getting the same stretch goals. Everybody's going to participate in the stretch goals within those checkpoints, right? So there isn't it's not every single dollar amount, it's every pledge level amount. So there'll be graduated levels going up.
Yeah, so it's basically determined by like what the closest checkpoint is.
What your buy-in level,
to the amount you spent, yeah.
And if you do let's say there was a $1,000 pledge and you ended up doing $1,050, you wouldn't get stretch goals on an extra 50.
Yes.
But you could always buy another. If there's a $100 buy-in, you could say, you know what, I'm going to buy the $1,000 pledge and the $100 pledge, and you get the stretch goals for the $100 pledge. And although I don't think we're going to have stretch goals for the $100 pledge, like I think the stretch goals aren't going to start. I think the stretch goals are going to be meaningful and won't start till after the basic set. So there'll be 2 basic level buy-ins, and then they won't start till the first bigger tier, which are the hero buildings.
So is there going to be an all-in pledge?
Yes.
How is that going to work with?
So it's a district thing. So it'll be 3 districts. You'd get 1 district that would be the kind of generic Lowtown district, 1 district that would be the generic Ashlar district, and then 1 district that's the completionist district. And we don't know what's in that until we get to the end, and we'll fill it up to it'll have an allotment of I'll make it up. It's $2,000 worth of stuff. We don't know what that's going to be in that based on what we unlock. If we only unlock a few things, it'll be a lot of those few things. If we unlock a ton of stuff, we might end up overflowing and it'll be a great deal or whatever. But the idea is we'll have a way that you can get, that with the all-in pledge, you can just sort of get everything. Unless you want to go big on specific districts, which will get you more of a thing. Like if you're really into Dockside, you can do a thing and have a ton of scaffolding and whatever and all the bridges and whatnot. And then do something on Ashlar or whatever. You'll have choices. It'll make more sense when we can actually show it to you. This is literally just we're workshopping this as of today. So I think it'll be more clear when we show it.
I guess there's another thing to do is this is currently a thing that like we are now discussing.
Yeah.
This is us in response to the factory expressing concern about the campaign we're running. So this isn't like a set like, oh, we're definitely doing this. This is
we haven't run all the numbers.
How can we structure this to work with?
It's a conceptual structure based on the pieces, the sets, and the gated unlocks that we're going to do that lets us do a thing. Because what it lets us do is that at start we have say, hey, here we're only starting with 2 hero buildings, and then as we're unlocking stuff, we can add new hero buildings, and anybody can pick those. If you like that one, I can grab that, I can grab that. It's giving you more options, and we don't have to redo all these pledge levels and whatever. We can just keep adding more options as we go. But we'll have a way for if you do the big pledge to just I want to get all the stuff. So we have a plan for that.
There's a lot of people concerned about this.
What are they concerned about?
Saying that they're worried people won't back in if the stuff that they want isn't actually unlocked yet, and fears over not getting the stuff.
Well, I don't know. We launched Dungeon of Doom with I don't know, a third of the dungeon hidden, and people backed that fine. We launched Caverns Deep with the back third of that thing hidden. Okay, what did we show? We showed most of Wildlands up front. That went right. We didn't.
Yeah, including some things
unlock.
we didn't actually make.
Right, but the plan is that we're going to show the milestones and say, hey, we will show a thumbnail of, if you can get us to 2.5, the temple pediment is there, right? Like, check it. We won't show you what all the pieces are. We won't show you whatever, but we'll show you a picture of, hey, you've got this grand temple pediment is waiting for you if we can get there. Because obviously we can't do everything. If we came out of the gate and said, okay, yeah, we're doing all these pieces and whatever, we could lose our shirt. Like, it's just not like, it's not a viable business model for us. But we want to be able to do all these pieces. We have so many cool pieces to do. We want to be able to do them. So we'll release them out as we go along the way, which is what we've done a lot previously, right? We release new add-on sets every day or two and go with, like, this is just a little more rigid schedule on it.
Yeah.
What else? But it's a valid concern. Yeah, if someone shows up at day one and they're like, man, all I really want is that temple, and it's at 2.5. I don't know if we'll get there. Yeah. But what we hope is, and our messaging will be, hey, jump in, help us get there. You can always back out. Ask Wormwood. What else?
All right. Let's see. Sounds like you're designing the most has to be practical together and good for web store in the future. Yeah, that's the point. Is the whole point is we're trying to think about the web store as we're doing this. It's why everything is being structured out of add-on packs.
We're doing universal packs because then it's easier for us to reorder. Right? If we make this really cool, the Grand Cathedral of Radiance, and we want to have that in the web store, similar to like the Necromancer's Keep, like we can't reorder the Necromancer's Keep. But if this thing is made up of 20 component sets and we have all but one of them, we just reorder that one set, and then we can we can sell this thing again in the bundle. It's going to let us give you better options in the web store and keep stuff in stock. Is the theory, and on the fulfillment end for the factory, it's going to be easier.
Yeah, and this is also, again, theory.
Yes, is all.
Let's see.
What else was overwhelming, confusing, concerning?
I mean, we did burn
Which
through
I agree
a
with
lot
all
of stuff extremely quickly, so I feel like a lot of people who weren't already filled in
and it's
probably had a hard time following.
It's going to make more sense when we actually can show, like, we have some stuff to show, right? It's a little.
The pieces didn't seem to be confusing people very much.
Good.
It was mostly just the pledge structure thing. It was a lot to process in a short amount of time with no actual physical things to see.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's to stop people from just pledging like 8 million and then taking it back? Kickstarter does put a max pledge.
Yeah, 10,000 is the max. And that's happened. People have done that before. It's fine. Like, in general, there's enough people going that it doesn't, it takes a lot for one person to tank the whole thing or whatever. And there's also, it's fine. Like, people can back all in and then back out. Like, it happens. they don't see what they like, or they don't like whatever. That's fine. That's also part of Kickstarter. That's the
And I think
you could also go do the opposite. Go in for $1 and write it out, see what happens, and then go in or whatever. Please don't do that because it's easier. We get the momentum if everybody goes in. But
I think also one thing to clarify, just to make sure. So we'd be unlocking basically systems or groups of packs and pieces. These wouldn't change like the existing district and building
we'll just
pledges.
add more.
Yeah, so like the hero buildings would be complete because they would only be made up of the things that are already unlocked from the start, and it would be
you'd get more.
It'd be once we unlock then that new group of packs. It's like cool, we can make a new hero building using these things.
It's like saying, hey, we're gonna launch. You can get it. You can choose a chocolate chip cookie or a snickerdoodle cookie. And at the 4 cookie pledge, you're like, well, I guess I want 2 chocolate chips and 2 snickerdoodles. But then when we get to $1 million, you're like, oh, you know what? We're gonna add Rocky Road cookies. Is that a thing? I don't know. And oatmeal raisin. Done it. And now you've got 4 different cookies to pick from for your thing. You're like, well, I've got a 4 cookie pledge. I got 1 of each. And then at some point we'll have 6 cookies. We'll have Thin Mints also and whatever. And then you're like, wow, how am I gonna which 6 am I gonna pick for my 4 cookie pledge? And you go, so that's the idea. The hope and idea is we're going to give you a lot of options to pick from, and then you'll also get to pick your flavor of stretch goals that are associated with, so you can really kind of customize your pledge, or you can just go all a la carte, right? You can just say, forget it. I've got the money for the 4 cookies. I'm going to use it to just go through and buy all the ingredients for the cookies, make my own. Is that a clear analogy?
We don't do Black Friday sales now.
No, we don't do sales. Period.
Yeah, we refuse to sell things.
Also, you're not locked in on any of it until the pledge manager anyway, too. So you don't have to figure it out. That's the other nice thing is it's not like you had to say, well, I wanted Wyverstone Peak or I wanted Sorrow Isle or whatever. This is just, you're like, you know what I want? I know I want something big. I'm going in for the 3 district pledge, and I'll pick my districts in the pledge manager, or I'll just a la carte the whole damn thing, or some combination, right? You don't have to figure it out.
The only commitment we're asking you to make is the amount of money you're willing to put into it, and then in the pledge manager, you can decide how that money gets applied however you want.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the way we've always done it.
And you'll get stretch goals, right? No matter how you pick it, you're gonna get stretch goals, right? You're entitled to whatever the boxes of stretch goals are for that thing, and you choose your flavors. Which I'm also excited about. I think be able to choose your flavors, right? If you want just the wood building stuff or just the dressing stuff, or like you can customize it to what you're excited about because different people want different things and are ordering different things. Maybe you just want all Ashlar, so you just want all Ashlar stretch goals.
I also feel like it's gonna be a lot easier to communicate a lot of this stuff when we get closer and we have some more of these
pictures,
more pictures, and more of the infrastructure ready for people to look at.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of really cool tools to help you like understand stuff that we're working on that I think is gonna go a long way. I feel like we're gonna have like more ammunition for like helping you understand what's going on than we've ever had before.
Spreadsheets. Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be. It sounds confusing, but I think it's gonna be the easiest to understand of our Kickstarters so far.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Let's see.
And we have a robust website.
Hey, any burned out buildings? We're not doing ruins this time. We wanted to make sure we didn't go over our sculpt count.
Ha! Too late. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're doing it anyways, why not?
At some point, ruined everything. Yeah. At some point, we have ruins of everything because they always get the back seat. And, What else? We should. Oh my gosh, it's 9:05. We should get going. We should go soon.
It is 9:05. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other final?
What's the max pledge estimate money wise?
6,500 maybe.
It's hard to tell. There's still a lot of pricing we don't have from the factory yet, so it's hard to really guess.
That's my guess.
Because then we also need to figure out, because cities is also interesting because so much of it requires multiples of things. So it's also then how many multiples do we want of each of these pieces? Yeah.
And we got to just build with it a bunch and sort of see what makes sense, like what the collection of stuff that's going to be useful.
Yeah, we can make something up, but we can't really be super confident about it until we get closer.
Well, yeah, no, it could be. We're guessing at numbers. It could be different.
Yeah.
We'll see. But you know what? Stay tuned, and we'll tell you here. You'll be the first to know if you're watching this show. It should be good.
feel like you subtract one scaffold bit and add a burnt building part. No,
No,
the scaffolding
the
system needs
scaffolding-
everything it has.
It comes tumbling
I'm
down.
so happy. I feel like 10% responsible for scaffolding, and so like I'm so happy with that because I feel like my plank stand-up routine had some influence on it.
Plank? You do the plank. I
When we
remember
did
that
our
pitch.
summit,
Yeah.
we did our summit after Wildlands, and it was like, hey, everybody's gonna get like 5 minutes to pitch what they think would be interesting in a city's campaign, and I put up and I had a handheld mic and I did a little stand-up routine.
Wasn't it a cucumber? It wasn't even a real mic, was it?
It was a real mic.
It was a real mic?
an actual. Yeah, I changed my
Oh,
audio
because you
to
were
the
on.
stand-up
Yeah,
mic,
yeah.
and I changed my background to be a
Yeah.
comedy club, and
It was
yeah.
the plank,
I
the
was like-
wood plank. But
I
that's
was
true.
like, you know what we need in a city? The plank.
Wood plank.
It can
You
do
use
so
it for
many
everything.
things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
But no, that
Just
system
really-
is nutty. I just once we actually have it all in here, I
Yeah.
really want to do just a big crossover Wildlands build with it.
Oh, because he's
Yeah.
getting all the paired pegs, and
Yeah.
dang, it's just like, it's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah,
so
yeah,
fun. Yeah. We just need them in hand. We're so close. So close. All right. So,
Will the standard
That's it.
4x4 building be of similar price to the current Tudor and Fieldstone ones?
no,
it's gonna
more
be more
expensive.
There's more engineering and they're more complicated molds.
Our pricing is going up. We have grandfathered pricing on a lot of our old stuff, so everything is going up.
Yeah, it's
Up,
a
up,
combination
up,
of those
up.
prices being grandfathered from like 7 years ago,
Everything.
and then also these molds just being more complicated because we want to be able to do all these.
Well,
other things.
that's part of the challenge is like it used to be in the olden days, you could, if you had a 2x2 floor, you could we could put 4 or 8 of these in a mold, and boom. But now it's got holes on 5 sides, right? It's got a hole on every side and 4 holes on the top, which means this is a 5-part sliding steel mold that only takes 1 time. So it's going to it's going to cost more to we only get 1 instead of 4 per shot. The mold's going to cost more. It's going to be a little slower, but it's going to be worth it because we're going to link all these together and make all sorts of bits.
They're bringing up that we did promise some last minute.
Oh, I
builds.
forgot to show these. Holy moly!
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Let's do
We
those
got-
and get out of here.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we got. Let's start small and go big. Okay, got a little pole accessory, the little arc blade spire. This thing is, imagine it has 2 sides. Right now it only has 1 side. It is classic Michelle. Also, there's a hidden Cthulhu in there, so get your goggles on. But,
Also, don't tell whoever owns Cthulhu.
it's public domain.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah. First, also, if you want to steal from someone, he's
Yeah, that's fine.
all right. JST base. So this is you can sort of see on the top here. This is going to match our cobblestone texture, which you can see on the. Oh, we didn't even talk about the big 12x12 battle board. Oh, yeah, there's so much to cover.
It's
All right,
almost
anyway.
like there's too much stuff to go over in 2 hours.
Almost. But so if it's in line, it's going to look like just part of the cobblestone. If it's not, if you fit it on top, it's going to be this beautiful little plinth. It's got little benches on the sides there. Magic, classic Michelle. It'll have a JST connector on the top. So bloop, you can use this for all of your JST toppers. And best of all, it's going to take our rechargeable battery rig from Reliquaries. So this will hold a rechargeable battery. So no more having to change out all your CR2032s. Rechargeable all the way. So you'll be able to use this as a base for any of your LED toppers, and there'll be something for it on top. So enjoy. All right, and one last one.
Oh, JST. Yeah, JST was another LED style that we did. I think we did it in Castles, Cavern Steep,
Yep, Castles is the
and
first.
Dungeon of Doom. And we didn't do one in Wildlands. We planned to do them in Wildlands, but
It
we ended
died.
up cutting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a vertical thing. Guess what? Bookcase. Yeah,
You guys like to read?
no, but not 6th edition. Look at
What?
this. Sorry. The new D&D edition. You gotta
Is it
read
even
all
called
this.
6th edition?
No, they said it was like 5.5, but it's actually turning into 6. But it's all I don't know.
Yeah.
So a staggeringly detailed bookcase, and it holds a tiny little surprise. You ready? Look at this, modular shelves, so you can swap out your goodies on the shelves. And look at that. Come over and pull it. This one is a little drawer shelf she made, and that actually has stuff underneath it too, like classic Michelle, super micro modularity. So you got some options. And I think we showed that the rectangular bookcase that also fits in the window. She made a bookcase that fits in this window slot. Shelves are the same for that, so you can swap them around. And I totally missed this slot there. That's crooked.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah. I'm doing it blind. Close enough. Yeah. There you go. Right. Classic, amazing levels of Michelle detail in there. And there's a couple bubbles. Miles tried his best on this first one, but we'll get there. All right. So as the latest and greatest, we got a lot of masters, a lot of fresh new sculpts tonight. We didn't even cover everything. Some of it was a blaze. Some of it, no one will know what I was talking about, but we'll get there. Mm-hmm. We did show videos. We didn't look at that total out of board. We get good stuff, but it's all good. So next month we'll cover this again, the tail end of, it'll be right after Thanksgiving, I guess, right? Not that it'll be the week after Thanksgiving. It's the last.
Let's
right?
hope that.
Is that a week?
Let's hope that Thursday next month is actually like 30 something.
Oh,
and
come on, big money.
30.
Hey,
It's
you
literally the
nailed
last
it.
day of the month. We actually have time.
All right, so we'll do our next deep dive.
Do you know how much
November 30th.
Do you know how much it distresses when it's like, oh, the last Wednesday is the 25th or the 26th? We're like, oh, good, we have a short month. Like,
So this will be great because we'll have the full scaffolding system to look at. I think we'll have double high walls to look at that point. We'll have the roofs will be tooled so we can look at that, so we can build out some fun roof shapes. I don't know what else we'll have at that point, but it's gonna be lively as we're counting down towards January launch. And then at some point we're gonna have to just ratchet it up. Once we have enough stuff in hand, it'll just be like
it's gonna
every
be a
week
thing where
cities.
it's gonna become a thing. Well, because what happened with Wildlands is like we kind of stopped streaming regularly for a bit because we were just like heads down making a bunch of stuff. So like we would stream like every 2 or 3 weeks, but every stream was about Wildlands when we did stream. So something similar will probably happen here.
Yes, probably that's to kick off November 30th. We probably just from there and just go straight cities.
Probably all December. Well, December's weird because it's got all these holidays in it.
Yeah. It's gonna be lively.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for everybody for. We kind of powered through a lot. It was hyper speed tonight, but I hope we left you with more answers than questions. But maybe there's still some questions. We'll see. It'll evolve. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye. Oh, I have to turn it off.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Hey, it's on you this time.
Hey.